Check, 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 check. All right, let's do this. Cotter and Marshall Show. Good morning. Be sure to get the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Like, follow, and subscribe. You can also listen to the show. You can download the app for free. Get us on your in-home smart speaker. And there's always the website, rock1061.com. Marshall, finally, Mayor Van Johnson is easing some COVID-19 restrictions in Savannah.
All right, what kind of restrictions can we not, think of anymore?
Nothing major. Don't get too excited. Public playgrounds, baseball fields, and basketball courts will reopen today with social distancing in place.
Okay.
Pools, sports leagues, sports tournaments, not part of this reopening phase yet. The city will also begin permitting events with up to 50 people on a case-by-case basis.
Oh, dude, can't wait.
Throw Major Rager, 50 people.
So just raging all night long. All right, cool. Well, you know what? That's just a good first step. It's not much of a step, but it's a first step towards going back to a regular life. I read a story that I think it was somewhere like the state of California expects to have herd immunity by June.
Really?
Yeah.
How does Georgia not have herd immunity already? It has been a free-for-all in this state for the past 5 months.
Yeah.
I mean, I go to other places.
5 months, more
6,
than that.
7, I don't know. But I hear other people talking about where they live, and I'm like, really? You can't go do that?
Yeah.
I've been able to do that forever now.
Yeah, it's wild stuff. But I mean, this is good.
Good.
We're on the way, man. We're on the way. By summertime, late summertime, we're back at shows. I'm excited.
I'm so ready for that. All right, we've got a little something called the Drunk Line we do every Monday. Basically, you get drunk over the weekend or anytime throughout the week. Not here to judge. You give us a call, 800-394-1061. You leave us a drunk voicemail. Monday morning, we play it back. Well, Marshall, you printed out some flyers, and we went on a flyer run yesterday, hitting up some fine establishments in Savannah, posting that flyer to remind everybody to call us while drunk.
And of course, we didn't put the flyers up ourselves. We gave it to the bar staff. So if they don't put them up, man, we are going to shame you on a daily basis. But, we stopped by Ben's Tailgate, Savannah Tap House, Boomy's Original Pub, World of Beer here in Savannah, Jerry's, Barrel House South, Moon River, PS Tavern, Southbound / Blade and Bull, the axe throwing place inside of Southbound, and Coastal Empire Brewing. Shame if you don't put up our flyers, but more importantly, we expect to get some good stuff this weekend.
Now, if you work at a bar or restaurant and you want a flyer, hit us up, email us, we'll drop it off. kmshow@rock1061.com. Also advice, when you get there, prior to start drinking, take a picture of the flyer.
Oh, yeah.
Because we understand, after a few cocktails, you may not remember the number. We get it.
And it's always a good idea to just take pictures of that. Just keep it in your phone because usually at the end of the night, I'll look at the pictures and be like, oh, yeah, that happened. Huh?
All right, coming up on the show today, it is opening day for Major League Baseball. We're going to celebrate with the official beer of Wrigley Field, some old styles. We've got Jeffe picking new music today, either Daughtry, Heavy as the Crown, or brand new stuff from Beartooth called The Past is Dead. Got a special cocktail edition of a pop quiz from Marshall, taking your calls and the most hated bands. Busy day. And, of course, about last night, we're going to cover UFC. Mullets being banned.
Bull.
Right?
Yep.
Also, the Cleveland Indians got a story about something they're not allowing fans to do this season. It's all coming up. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061. Bring me the horizon. It's Teardrops, Rock 1061. Ain't gonna lie, every time I have to say bring me the horizon, I have to slow down because I F it up every time if I go too fast.
Oh.
Bring me the horizon.
I had no idea. So sorry that happens to you.
I mentally prepare myself before I say the name of that band.
Good morning, everyone. The chat is lively this morning, especially for this early. Good morning, Gibby,
Damn,
Raven
what's up,
Dante,
everybody?
Swanda. Good morning, guys.
Wanda, I hate having a mind that doesn't let me sleep. That was me last night, man. That was so me last night. I get it 100%. What if one gets high? Can I call? Yes, you can. Yes, yes, you can. High is completely acceptable.
Yeah, we love high thoughts. But make sure to, leave a voicemail. Just don't do it during the show. All right.
I forgot the number of my favorites. Dang, man, yeah. It's busy. Up early this morning. I like it.
Oh, yeah, I got to finish sharing to my profile real quick. Sorry, just sharing the show stream around today.
I'm overly prepared today. My coffee is already half gone. I know, right? I took 2 naps yesterday because one didn't get the job done. Got home. My youngest daughter is a senior this year, so her and my wife went out. We're taking senior pictures. So nobody was home when I got home. Laid down, and then 45 minutes later, the dog goes nuts because they got home. So I get up, and she's like, "Hey, do you want to look at the pictures?" I'm like, yeah, let's look at the pictures. The whole time, I'm just sitting on the couch, falling asleep. She's like, "Go back to bed." So I slept for another hour. So good to go. Good to go after that. First story for about last night about the UFC. Francis Ngannou wants to fight. I like that.
Be weird if he didn't. He's a UFC fighter.
No, I get it, but I mean, ready to call out 2 fights for this year. I like it.
They are the 2 biggest fights he could do, and one of them is kind of a comeback for him because that Derek Lewis fight was utter garbage. I think I actually remember watching it. It was Francis and Derek Lewis a couple years ago, and it was just like 2 really out of shape guys barely hitting each other. It was real bad. He wants to run that one back, and I think it could be a lot more entertaining. Perfect. All right, sorry, I had to get some stuff up. Show shared out.
All right, guys, got about 15. Be right back. Be sure to get the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Let's get right to it, man. About last night, Francis Ngannou, the new heavyweight champion in the UFC. He's going to be a fighting champion. Dude wants 2 more fights before the end of the year. Now, the first fight he wants is against Jon Jones. Jones currently having issues with the UFC, recently tweeted out wanting to be released. He later deleted that tweet. Ngannou is saying, I don't know exactly what's happening with Jones in the UFC. It's not by my business, but he says, I hope the Jones fight happens.
It'd be an amazing one because Jon Jones, I mean, he was so bored with the light heavyweight division. He just relinquished his title and said, you know what? I'm going heavyweight. I want to dominate the heavyweight division like I did the lightweight division. So I think it'll be pretty good if he ever makes that, if he does decide to come on up. But he told Derek Lewis in a tweet just yesterday that he asked for between over $10 million to be a part of this fight, and the UFC lawyers essentially hung up on him.
Come on.
Yeah. Well, Derek Lewis said he'd do the fight for $8 million. Apparently, he's never even made close to that money before. So
right.
It should be interesting which one of these fights happened first.
Now, the first time Ngannou and Derek Lewis fought was back in 2018, and like you said earlier, a lot of people consider it the worst heavyweight main event in the history of the UFC.
It was like if you and I fought each other after a long night of drinking. It would just be like us barely even touch each other. It was one of the worst fights ever.
Now, Lewis won that fight by decision, so yeah, Ngannou kind of wants that back now as the heavyweight champion of UFC. I'm guessing the Derek Lewis fight's going to happen first just because of what's going on with Dana White, the UFC, and John Jones.
It makes the most sense. And you know what? They usually like to have a big fight that ends the year. So putting Derek Lewis up first, sometime in that August time frame, and then if things go, as well as you think they would, putting John Jones in December would make a lot of sense.
All right, more about last night coming up. Marshall, I knew this story was going to hit close to home for you. The mullet is being banned.
In Australia.
Yeah, right?
I'll fly down there. I'll smack a bitch.
Representing the mullet. All right, we got the story coming up next. It's the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1. I love this story because they take ownership in the country of Australia for the mullet. They're like, this is where it originated. We own that. But this one school, man, is like, nope, none of this business.
Okay, all right. Still talking about crash sleep. Go get yourself some sleep, man. But wait till after the show. Watch the show first, then sleep, Gibby.
I've got a surplus supply of melatonin because that will help me sleep. So I have a crap ton of that to where if I need it, take the melatonin. Usually knocks me out in about half an hour.
I have no issue sleeping. Never have.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty rare occasions where I can't fall asleep. Humble brag. All right. Kicking the show off today, obviously, with the UFC story. Got mullet story and then a Cleveland Indians story. Obviously, today is opening day. Exciting stuff. We have a golf update, not only about Tiger Woods, but a new tournament that's coming to town. And then in the 7 o'clock hour, we talk about your most hated bands.
Once again, according to science, supposedly, they've come up with a list of the most hated bands. I think most of the list is going to be spot on for what I think a lot of people assume, the most hated bands are. But there are a few on there that I'm like, really, guys?
The one thing that actually bothers me in regards to the most hated bands is why are they all rock bands?
That is true.
Yeah, like, seriously, there's no most hated bands that also include, like, a rapper or something?
That is true. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Because some of these bands in the top, like, 20 most hated bands, some of them are some of the most iconic rock bands of the past 3 decades.
Well, I mean, I think that comes with the territory. I mean, you're never going to please everybody at all times. And when you have a fan base or when you get to be a certain level, I mean, there's just going to be people who hate you just to hate you. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what some of these are. But then there's some I'm like, yeah, okay, I get that one. Yep, I get that one. Yeah, I kind of get that one.
Also, I've got a banger of a trivia game today. So if you guys don't call and take us on, you guys are pussies.
I make no promises for the quality of my trivia game. I got it done in about 5 minutes. Because I'm like, oh, crap, we got a show coming up. I got to do trivia.
And Gibby, you had a day, dude. Taking the wife to the ER, getting home, waking up early, taking the kids to school. All right, you may go to bed. You have my permission.
Damn, man. Hope the wife is okay.
And trust us, if anything happens, just know that you still have the 24th and 25th ranked bracket in our challenge. And that's something. You could tell friends about that. Later on today, we're going to crack some old styles, 9 o'clock. So I had a buddy who was traveling down from New York pick up some old style for me back in December. So they may be a little gamey. I don't know how old or how long old styles hold up.
I mean, are they never not gamey? I mean, it's an old style.
Old style has a unique flavor, but nothing out of this realm of bad or anything.
No.
It's a delightful beer.
It's been a while since I've had an old style.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely kind of an Illinois, or I've always looked at it, maybe because of Wrigley, but I've always looked at it as kind of an Illinois thing. I want to say, no, it was Pabst. Was it Pabst? They were in Pekin, right by a town where close to where we're from. Had a brewery at one point in time, but I think it was PBR. Marshall and I, we grabbed lunch yesterday at Jersey Mike's for the Day of Giving. There was a lot of people in Jersey Mike's yesterday picking up food, so that's good to see.
It was 100% jammed yesterday, and that was at like a 1:30.
Yeah.
So I think Jersey Mike's is going to be donating a big fat check to Ronald McDonald House. So we're happy to see that, 100%.
And then they've got their Red Shoes Run that's coming up this Saturday. I'll be out there for that, not running because I would die, but just playing some music, handing out some stickers for the Cotter and Marshall Show. So if you're so inclined to run, feel free. All right, we're about out of the stop set. We've got Disturbed. Are you ready? And then we're coming back with this mullet story.
So did you see the story last night of Netflix paying upwards of $450 million for the sequels to Knives Out?
I saw that. I still haven't seen Knives Out.
It's a good film.
Yeah, I heard that. Still haven't seen it, but that seems, I don't know, excessive. Was it that good to where I need that sequel?
The first film made $350 million.
Did it?
So yeah,
Damn,
I mean,
okay.
All
right.
It was well received.
Right.
Good morning, Michael. Good morning. It's
what's up,
Colleen
Michael?
Marine Scene 71 from Twitch. Nice.
How's it going, man?
All right, how far away are we from break here?
We've got about 3.5 minutes.
Oh, perfect.
Three and a half.
We got enough time. Let's ask this question, guys. Little game we play, obviously. A lot of you know. Called Answer the Internets. If you could pick one country to run, what would it be?
That's a ooh.
I'm going to choose Wakanda.
That's a great call. Damn it.
I think Wakanda, give me some of that vibranium stuff. Cut my arm off. Give me a vibranium arm. That seems dope.
Thinking outside the box there. I like that. That's good.
North Korea. What about South Korea? They seem cool.
Yeah, they seem all right. I would go. Initially, I wanted to say Australia, but I'm going to go New Zealand because I think you get the vibe of Australia. It's just smaller, and you don't have the outback to worry about. Because that just seems like you got to deal with a lot of crap at the outback. People dying, people getting lost, all this stuff. I'm going to go New Zealand. And I get all the Lord of the Rings tourist money once you can do that.
Yeah, maybe China. China has a lot of stuff that I think could be easily fixed.
But just treat people decently?
Yeah. Pretend to care about people as opposed to their current leader. Give me Wakanda. I'll go Wakanda 1, China 2. Nothing wrong with Japan, but I always wanted to visit Japan.
I want to go to Japan
3.
so bad, man. That country's always just look cool as hell.
Yeah, I'm gonna go those 3. Rock and roll with that. Go ahead and drop your answers into the chat, guys. What country?
I'd be a freaking hero. Yeah, you would.
If you could pick one country to run, what would it be? If you could pick one country to run, what would it be? Let us know in the chat. I chose Wakanda. I think Wakanda's a good choice.
No, that's a good choice.
Maybe they'll let me put the Black Panther suit on or something. I don't know. Well, if I'm on the boss, give me that Black Panther suit. Give me like the one that's just like the backup suit. Just wear that around for a day. I got a weird email last night, 6 hours ago, saying, thank you for your order. It looks fake. It says I bought double threat football receiver gloves and adult and youth. It says my name is Jamie Marshall that lives in Hampton, Georgia.
Oh. I was like, Jamie's going to be disappointed when his package doesn't arrive.
You'd only be able to get away with that in South Africa, Marshall. The Black Panther suit? Yeah, sure. China for sure. Maybe Cuba.
50 seconds.
All right, next story up is we're talking about mullets, man. probably going to take this story too personally.
I saw it and I instantly thought of you. I can't even run my own household. Yeah, Wanda, I get that.
Wanda has like 12 kids.
I only have 2 and it was a pain in the ass. All right, be right back. Good morning. Thanks for hanging out. Be sure to get the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. It is about last night's story number 2. An elite private boys' school in Western Australia. Sorry, Marshall, but they have banned the mullet hairstyle.
I mean, for a country that supposedly has invented the mullet hairstyle, why would you go against your nature in regards to this?
They have deemed it not acceptable.
Why? And they also banned other styles of hair, which bothers me as well. Now, the rat tail, I get. It's not a great look. Never has been, never will be. They banned the rat tail. I'm cool with that. But the mullet, I think that's stepping a little too far.
Now, they said if you show up to school with a mullet or one of the other unacceptable haircuts, they will take you to the barber and cut your hair right then.
No, they say they'll call your parents.
Well, yeah.
They'll call your mommy and daddy. Well, how about this? What if mom and dad approves of my mullet haircut? What are you going to do about it?
Not go to that school.
Yeah.
They're not going to allow you in. Now, Western Australian Premier Mark McGowan also weighed in on this mullet debate, claiming that he was personally fond of mullets. Now, he, like you, says rat tails are too far. He goes, I'm very pro-mullet. It is a unique Australian invention, one we've been selling to the world, but I'll let the school make their own decisions.
Yeah, I think it's taken a step too far. I mean, an amazing mullet, a top-notch mullet, can live forever in history.
I agree with this. I mean, look at all of the hockey players running through the playoffs. You know, the playoff mullet is a thing of a storied tradition in the NHL. So I don't get why the school can't embrace this. I mean, if your own premier is like, look, mullets are cool.
Yeah.
We invented this haircut. We got to be proud of this haircut. Why can't this school just accept the mullet?
I don't know why they can't accept who they are. It hurts me deep down in my soul as a man who currently owns a mullet, wears a mullet, pretends to love the mullet. I just have a mullet, and that's just my life right now, okay? But this story does hurt me. It hurts me on the inside.
Now, you have claimed that you will continue to grow your mullet until we get the season going for the professional hockey team.
October 2022, I will put my mullet on the line and lose it immediately. I will be bald in October of 2022.
So that's a year and a half.
Yeah.
Your hair, that mullet, is going to be so luxurious.
It'll be something. I wouldn't say luxurious at all.
No, just own it, man. Are you sure you're going to be able to part with it?
Yeah, I will be. I mean, I'm not a man. I hold nothing sacred. Everything is for sale, and everything bothers me. So everything can go at any given moment.
All right, we got one more story to go. And about last night, the Cleveland Indians are now not allowing fans to do a couple things they have in the past. We'll tell you what that is after Metallica. It's Nothing Else Matters. Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
Okay, Wanda, I was slightly off. I said 12. You have 5. I mean, I think I was pretty close. All right, guys, thanks for hanging around for Mullet Talk. Cleveland Indians story up next. Did you see the Chattanooga story? I thought you would have liked that one, too.
Which one?
The mascot has been stolen.
I was trying to figure out a way to do that for the call-in, but I just couldn't figure out a good question to go along with it.
What mascot have you stolen? We find the person who did it.
Yeah. If there was, I don't know, just if they would have known who it was or why they did it, maybe it'd have been a little bit more. But yeah, I think it was funny. The mascot's kind of a goofy-looking mascot too.
A careless crime. I'm going to see a Lookouts game. Funny enough, this summer.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I won't be seeing that mascot apparently. headphones are on. Okay. Cotter's just walking around in the hallway. It is warm in the room today. Leave the door open. Some of the air in, man. Okay. All right. One more story for the hour. We're going to talk about the Cleveland Indians. Well, I guess they won't be called the Indians much longer. They're talking about possibly changing their name as early as next season. I wonder what they'll go with. I really thought the Redskins were going to change to another mascot of some sort, but
Right.
I think they're honestly just going to go with the football team, like from now on.
I'm shocked with how long the controversy has been going on about that team. Bless you. That they didn't have something ready to go or some sort of plan. This just to me is them going, yeah, we had nothing. We were going to, this was a hill we were almost ready to die on, so we had no backup plan. Yeah. And now they decided not to die on this hill and just like, we're the football team.
Yeah, Chris goes, Cleveland baseball team. That's probably what it's going to be, my guess.
You think so?
Possibly. I mean, it's hard to rebrand your team. I think almost they would benefit a couple years if they just were the Cleveland baseball team.
Yeah.
Let people kind of half forget,
Right.
know, that they were the Indians and go something else.
Yeah.
Cleveland McButtfaces. So, guys, I don't know if you saw the lineup for Bonnaroo. So they're starting to announce larger scale festivals again. So I got an email yesterday from the guys at Bonnaroo. The lineup is incredible, especially for Friday because the Foo Fighters are headlining Friday night. You got Lizzo and Tame Impala on Saturday. You got Tyler, the Creator, and Lana Del Rey on Sunday. But one band I've really gotten into since the pandemic has been Run the Jewels.
Yeah.
Killer Mike and the other guy, the white guy. They are so freaking incredible. Like, I will seriously just go on a YouTube landslide of their music.
Yeah.
Run the Jewels is incredible, dude. I would love to go see that show. It's up in Manchester, Tennessee. Just a quick, I think like 6-hour drive away from here.
That's not bad.
Manchester is kind of in between Nashville and Chattanooga.
Okay.
So as Chattanooga is right over the state line of Georgia and Tennessee. So let's see. Chris goes, they should let the internet pick their name. Still sad the Seattle Kraken decided not to go with the clearly superior Seattle Battle Cattle.
Dude, Kraken is one of the coolest team names ever.
Honestly, I'd probably be wearing my Kraken hoodie right now, but my Jumbo Shrimp one was just like the easiest one to grab on the way out this morning.
No, I mean, that may be the best sports name. I love it. I love that.
Yeah, the Seattle Kraken, their logo and everything.
Yes.
I can't wait to see what they're going to do in Seattle during the games. I mean, I think Vegas has set a standard for hockey and stadium entertainment, so I hope they come to the forefront and do some cool stuff as well. But to go back and touch upon Bonnaroo, I'm hoping, cross your fingers, we'll have some tickets and some other stuff to give you guys here in the next few weeks. Gibby goes, better than the bananas? Yeah, dude, it's better than the fucking bananas. Fucking kidding me? Yeah, the Kraken 1,000% superior.
All right, got about a minute? Oh, man, feels way better.
Yeah, we'll leave that door open for a while.
Nobody's here yet.
Yeah, we'll close it when people get here. The Making Bacon I like better than the bananas thing.
Yeah,
I'll be
I
honest.
agree.
I'll be honest. I like that better.
I mean, what the bananas have done, I mean, obviously is damn impressive. I mean, to take that and turn it into what it is, so hats off to them. And the name is a major part of it. I mean, it's what the draw was. But to me, Kraken, it fits the sport, it fits the area, it sounds cool.
I would love to run up to Seattle and see a game sometimes, but
It's Seattle.
it's like a 7-hour flight from here.
It's a haul.
Yeah. It's kind of like the opposite side of our country.
All right, guys, be right back. Check out the live stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. While you're there, please like, follow, and subscribe. One more story to go and about last night. Now, during the offseason, the Cleveland Indians announced that they would be changing their name. No longer going to be the Cleveland Indians. They expect the change to happen sometime next season or before next season, 2022. This season, they are going by the Indians. But back in 2019, they had eliminated the Chief Wahoo logo from its uniforms. And now for this season, taking things a little bit further, because for this season, Cleveland will not allow fans to wear headdresses or mimic Native American face paint during games at Progressive Field.
Now, I used to see quite a bit of that during, years ago. I used to see quite a bit of that, but I've rarely seen it over the last, 5 to 10 years.
Right, me too. And now the Kansas City Chiefs actually put this ban into place in 2020 for all games at Arrowhead Stadium. Now, they said that if somebody violates the rules, they could get kicked out of the game, or if they show up with the face paint headdress, object to taking anything off, they're just not going to allow them in.
Yeah, well, it makes the most obvious sense there. I mean, but also, who's going to, bring that stuff in a bag, go into the bathroom, doll themselves up, and then go back out?
You'll find somebody just to prove a point who, will have face paint shoved up their butt or something just to hide it from getting in.
Ooh,
somebody will take it to a weird level.
Jesus, Cotter.
Now
it's really hot out there.
That's so gross. So I don't know, man. Did they release any examples or possible names for the change?
Oh, for the new Indians name? No, they haven't. I think, and we were talking about it on the chat just before we jumped on air. I think there's a good chance it's just called the Cleveland baseball team. They'll go the way of the Washington football team, the way they've done things, and they'll be that way for 3 to 5 years. Then they'll probably bring on a new official name of the team so they can sell a new load of merchandise.
And I guess that, when it comes down to just wanting to make money, makes sense. But as a fan, I don't know, give me a name. I still, Washington football team does nothing for me.
No. You don't get it. You don't get it. Sports teams don't care about us.
No, I get that.
I'm a Chicago Bears fan. A multitude of people are Atlanta Falcons fans. We know the ownership and the people who own the leagues don't care about us and our thoughts and our feelings and whether my team will ever win a Super Bowl. They don't care, man. They just want to sell us merchandise and garbage food, okay? And you know what? I'm in. But also, I'm also in for the pain that they are going to bring me along the way.
All right, Cleveland Indians kick off their season today. It is a home game, taking on the Tigers. We'll celebrate opening day of Major League Baseball with some old styles coming up at 9 o'clock on the show this morning. All right, coming up next, got to talk Tiger Woods. Got an update about his accident from back in February. Also, the PGA is returning to the Low Country with another tournament. We'll tell you about it in a bit. It's the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Just I know the Bears are never going to win a Super Bowl. Just in case anyone wants to give me shit later, I know forever I will die, and maybe they'll think about winning one. But just so you know, you don't have to bring up Andy Dalton ever again. You will.
We will.
Son of a bitch.
I think for opening day of the NFL season, I'm just going to buy an Andy Dalton cutout. I'll just bring it into the studio.
Just staring at me.
Right there in the third chair.
The red rocket just always looking at me. All right. Well, I'm actually thinking about it. I'm going to move Jeffe's camera into position.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Jeffe's coming up after 8 o'clock. Choices today. Daughtry, Heavy is the Crown, or Beartooth, The Past is Dead. The Daughtry record, man, it's a straight-up rock record, which is pretty cool. I know it's like he's got the American Idol stank on him. I don't know if he'll ever really get the opportunity to do his thing like other people or other bands will, but pretty cool tune. The Beartooth song I really like, so we'll get to one of those during the 8 o'clock hour when Jeffe makes his pick.
So, did you get an opportunity to get your hands on the new Garbage record?
I looked for it, and I haven't been able to find it yet.
It is good.
Is it?
It is really good. Yeah, the new the guys from Garbage, remember them? I'm only happy when it rains. Anyway, they're putting out their 7th album, and I'm actually going to talk about them in Marshall's Music News today. But they put out a new single called They put out a new single called "No Gods, No," or no, excuse me, that's the name of the album. The name of the single is "The Men Who Rule the World," from their new album "No Gods, No Masters," coming out on June 11th.
Okay.
So, the long story short, it's really good. I like it a lot.
Cool.
Loads of stuff. Here we go. Let's see. Humans are gross. Anything's possible. You just brought him up. Daughtry will not get the idol stink off. If he hasn't by now, he never will. Agreed.
No, I agree 100%. I mean, I don't think he'll ever. I mean, the last song that he released, World on Fire, man, I dug the tune. It wasn't bad at all. And I think if it wasn't for that American Idol kind of vibe around him, I think it would have done a whole lot better. But, yeah.
I like Daughtry quite a bit when he came out, but I mean, he had a quick fade. I really don't. I don't think there's an American Idol stank on him personally. But
I when it comes to, I think, rock fans, I do. I think people still hold that against him. I mean, it's easier for other formats.
He didn't even win. He came in 4th place.
You don't have to win anymore. I mean, I think there's a lot of people that have come out of that. I mean, there's been some winners that have been duds right out of the bat, and then there's been others that just, blew up and did fantastic. And, I mean, I think he's talented enough to able to take it and turn it into something. And in the beginning, it's like, yeah, he tried to do the rock thing, but then he was embraced by that American Idol audience, probably a 45, 50-year-old woman. So, a lot of his stuff kind of started popping up on, like, Hot AC and even Top 40 stations.
Yeah.
And that was his bread and butter for a while. I mean, do it. He made crap tons of money. I ain't going to fault the guy for it. But, yeah, then it's hard to come back and be like, look, this is just a rock record.
So I just don't understand how we give Scotty McCreery the stink eye, or excuse me, Chris Daughtry the stink eye, but we still put up with Scotty McCreery, I hate him. I hate him.
It's the format. I mean, I think for pop and country, the stigma of American Idol or some of the other shows aren't there. I think it's more of a rock thing. You look at that as that's not rock. That's American Idol or that's The Voice. I think that's where that comes from. I think it's a format thing. Whereas with Scotty McCreery, the fan base will embrace him a little bit easier.
All right, let's go ahead and answer another question from the internet. Guys, thanks for hanging around this morning. I love the healthy crew that we have online. What is the one food you could eat for the rest of your life? This isn't a style of food. This is essentially one food, one item. What is the one food you could eat for the rest of your life?
I mean, am I allowed to mix up variations of that one thing? Because, I mean, my first choice would be a burrito. Because you can make a breakfast burrito, you can make a dinner burrito, you can mix up the protein in the burrito, you can do so much with it.
Right.
I think a burrito would be the way I went.
Okay.
Because, I mean, like I said, you could do anything with that.
All right. Yeah, I think, once again, this is the one food item you can eat for the rest of your life. Once again, this isn't like a style. You can't, like, eat Mexican food or whatever. A burrito's a great choice. Raven Dantes goes pizza. You could do a lot with pizza.
Pizza's another good choice. Today, by the way, National Burrito Day.
Is it?
Yeah.
I may have to celebrate.
Right?
Where haven't I celebrated a burrito in quite some time? I had Flacco's tacos the other day. It was delicious.
It's been such a long time since I had Flacco's.
But Flacco's down in the 95 inside the building has no air conditioning, and it is the worst. It is the worst. Chris goes, sandwich.
Once again, very versatile.
Very, very. You can fry it up, fry it, Monte Cristo it. Let's go with super easy, grilled cheese.
Salad, same thing. Yeah, I mean, if you can find something that you can just do a lot of different things with.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd want something, definitely not a salad.
Yeah, I don't want to be stuck with salad.
Salad would be terrible. I would probably go. Burrito is probably the best choice, honestly. Burrito or pizza are my top two choices. Pizza, I think, would just it'd be over the top. It'd be too bready.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe just sushi. Maybe if I just chose, can sushi be an answer? I would honestly seriously consider just sushi.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah. Or if it had to be one thing, it would be like a higher-end sushi roll that I could do a variety of things with.
Tuna sushi that gives you just so many varieties. Who's here?
I was about to say, did you just hear
7.
the door? Raymond Dantes goes, you can always do thin crust over hand tossed or pan.
Oh, yeah, there you
Want
go.
us a steak, maybe because I haven't had one in a while. There you go.
Steak does sound good.
Let me go investigate. I want to make sure that no
who's
one murders
here?
us. How much time we got?
3.5 minutes. Nobody ever shows up this early. Our third favorite salesperson, sales manager Mike Williams, was here early the other day, but that was 7. 4 to till. How's the voice? Good.
Is she sick? Is our coworker sick?
She's had her voice has been shot all week.
I don't want her near me. I don't know what she has.
All right, coming up next, got to talk Tiger Woods. I don't know. I think this story makes it sound more salacious than the story probably actually is, the way they've worded this. Then there is another PGA tournament coming to the Low Country in June. Just kind of a fill-in location for a tournament that had to be canceled. So we'll talk about that.
So I got an idea on the Tiger Woods thing, but I'll save it for the
Okay.
break. But I think it's pretty good.
Okay. I'm going with Congaree, right, for the golf club.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yep.
Okay, 2 minutes before we jump back on the air here at Rock 106.1, Savannah, Georgia.
Looking forward to tomorrow. I'm going to have Wayne from Beer Label Society in for Beer for Breakfast, now brought to you by Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. So this should be a lot of fun. Non-brewer, just a beer lover. He's got that his Beer Label Society club on Facebook that has just blown up. So it'll be nice to chat beer with Wayne. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I sent Wayne a follow-up message from the initial one he sent us,
Okay.
just with details.
Cool.
Further details, more details. Everyone loves a good detail. We're going to be talking golf here in a moment, specifically Ridgeland, the home of the, auto dealership.
Yeah. Palmetto Electric has got their compound out there. That's our go-to. If a hurricane gets really crappy and we got a broadcast, we'll go to so years I'm like, it's the bunker. The bunker. We'll go to the bunker out in Ridgeland. It's the bunker. And I'm like, this is awesome. I want to go to the bunker. It's not a bunker. It's actually just a really big building. I was so disappointed.
Oh, actually, you know what? Ridgeland, I'm thinking in the wrong place. There's no car dealerships out there. But Duke's Barbecue is out there. What up, Duke's? I think I ate at Duke's once.
Really?
Yeah.
I have not.
Also home of the Best Western, the Morris Center for Low Country Heritage, and a park.
Nice.
And that's about it. That's Ridgeland, South Carolina, and apparently a gigantic golf course. So
Love a good park.
Power rank your favorite Savannah parks. Daffin, Forsyth, and then the one out on 80 near Pooler. What's it called? I don't know. JC something.
Oh, yeah. We'll be right back. Good morning. Big thanks to everybody who's already hanging out on the stream. Be sure to join us there, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Listen to the show. You can download the app for free. Get us on your in-home smart speaker or the website, rock1061.com. Now, back in February 23rd, Tiger Woods got in a single-car auto accident. I mean, messed him up. Had to get some surgery done on his leg, on his ankle. Well, now the results or the cause has been determined of this crash. However, they will not release the results because of privacy issues or just privacy things with Tiger Woods. If he approves them to release the details, the cause behind the crash, then they can.
Right.
I think this makes it sound way worse than it is because it's like, oh, we got to keep secret. We can't reveal the secret unless Tiger says it's okay.
It sounds like a personal issue, so here's my thought.
Okay.
He just popped a Viagra and had a boner. And you can't drive a vehicle very well when you have a boner. So this was a boner crash that turned into a horrible non-boner related leg major surgery injury for him. It's terrible, but yeah, this problem stemmed, like most problems, from a boner.
So he was very lightheaded. All the blood was rushing to another section of his body,
and that's why his foot essentially fell dead, hit the gas pedal, and that's why he flew off the cliff.
So instead of rushing to film something for Golf Digest or whatever he's supposed to do, he was just rushing to get a little action.
Yeah, a little side action, so he can then get to the Golf Digest thing. I don't think you've thought about this. This is obviously the most obvious thing in the world.
I mean, something tells me Tiger Woods doesn't need Viagra.
Something tells me that Tiger Woods probably does, because he's had a long, sordid history of going to see the ladies. And he doesn't want to have any issues of it maybe going down, so he took a Viagra or something Viagra related.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
you know what? If that's the case,
I think I just solved the crime. I'm essentially Scooby-Doo over here. You're my Shaggy.
That would be that's fine.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
If should have wore your green vest.
If they release the information, they're like, "Yep, it was due to Viagra, a loss of blood flow from the head. He was lightheaded, and this caused the accident." That would be the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, if I called it and that news does come out, someone give me $1,000 cash. Just bring $1,000 to me.
All right, the PGA, of course, hits Hilton Head every year with the RBC Heritage. Well, they're coming for another tournament, this time for the Congaree Golf Club in Ridgeland. Now, the RBC Canadian Open had to be canceled this year because of COVID, so the Congaree is now going to host the event. And this is a quick turnaround, man. June 10th through the 13th, a PGA tournament is coming to Ridgeland.
It's kind of cool to see another PGA tournament come around the area, obviously the biggest being RBC, which is here in just a couple weeks. But this is another great reason probably to go out in the middle of some golf course that you don't belong in and get drunk at, and I'm in.
Now, they are going to have a limited number of spectators, kind of like what they're doing for the RBC Heritage. Last year, no spectators. This year, a limited number, so that's what they're going to do for this event. But that's pretty cool, man. I never thought I would ever go to a PGA event, let alone enjoy one. It's a blast.
Every year. The RBC, I mean, it's not really a golf tournament. It's a drunk fest with somehow golf going on.
It's a great time. So if you get a chance to check out one of the two PGA events in the area, highly recommend that. All right, coming up after 7, taking your calls, comments, and text, 800-394-1061. A list has been put together, supposedly according to science, about the most hated bands of all time. And we want your input. Once again, call, comment, and text, 800-394-1061. We'll get to that after 7 o'clock. It's the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
All right, guys. Good luck, Gibby. 7 o'clock hour, as Cotter was telling you guys, we're going to take your phone calls in regards to the bands that you hate the most. There's been a scientifically thing done in regards to the top 10 or top 20 most hated bands. In the 7 o'clock hour as well, we will play a little game. There was also another study done with the most Googled cocktails during the pandemic, so Cotter will put my alcoholic nature to the test in regards to some of this, so that should be fun.
Yeah, we got a booze-related pop quiz. It's 10 questions, but I did kind of 2 sets in there. So 5 of the questions, and they just alternate back and forth. 5 of the questions are about cocktails, how you make them, what goes in them. Other 5 are about famous drinks. Not all of them cocktails, but famous drinks from movies and or TV shows.
Okay, then. Okay. Final Four is on Saturday, right? All 4 games?
Yes.
Yeah. All 2 games.
Yeah.
And then Sunday we're off, and then Monday's the national championship game.
That is correct.
The women, they play their games on Tuesday, right? They're both not on Monday,
No,
right?
I don't think
So I read that the Sweet 16 ratings for the NCAA men's tournament was the highest they've been in 30 years.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Tomorrow, women's Final Four is tomorrow, and then their national championship game is Sunday.
Oh, okay, it's Sunday. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I forgot what day. I know they just don't do it on the same day.
They've got three number ones in the Final Four. Three number ones and a three. South Carolina, Stanford are number one in one bracket. Arizona's in the number three, taking on Connecticut, another number one in the other side.
It's crazy. UConn won so many national
Yeah.
championships. I'm just stunned not to see them in the picture when it comes to the women's basketball championship. So next Friday, we announce our next big giveaway here on the Cotter and Marshall Show. So obviously we were just talking about the NCAA men's tournament. We're giving away an Xbox Series X bundle. You're unfortunately unable to enter for that anymore because you had to fill out a bracket. But next Friday, we announce a giveaway where you get a lifetime membership for your life. For life. For life. So that gets announced next Friday. Very excited about that. Can't share any more details until then, but that will be coming up. And then hopefully, cross your fingers, we'll get some tickets to Bonnaroo, and we'll do a big promotion in June-ish, giving away Bonnaroo tickets and some other stuff.
I'm ready. I wish they would announce the lineup or at least some of the headliners for Welcome to Rockville. That's what I want. I want to know. I'm guessing it'll be a lot like last year.
Yeah, I think we'll see Metallica, possibly Disturbed, but also I wouldn't rule out, being that it's 4 nights, I wouldn't rule out like a Foo Fighters possibly being on the bill as well, just because of their history with the concert itself.
The beauty of it this year is no bands are touring. So, you can almost, in theory, anybody's possible.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if the price is right. I mean, it's really not like you have to work around schedules at this point in time. So, I don't know. I think the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, and I think you see Corey Taylor solo probably on a lot of these festivals towards the ends of the year. I can almost put money on it that he will be. He won't probably be a headliner, but he possibly could. He could be like a Thursday or Sunday headliner to any of these festivals. But he won't be like the meat, like Saturday night type of headliner. Right. It'll always be some of the old OGs up there.
Yeah.
You know who I wouldn't mind seeing? Iron Maiden. I don't know if I've ever
fun.
I don't know if I've ever seen Iron Maiden live.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I would love to see them.
They usually throw in, some of the older school stuff, one or two slots for the Welcome to Rockville, so it's a possibility.
Especially Stained with their comeback right now,
in
quotation marks. There's a possibility with them headlining a night as well. If that makes a lot of sense. One band I really want to see, more than any other almost, is Bad Flower.
Yes.
Yeah, gotta see Bad Flower live.
Yeah, I'd love to see them. I think that'd be a lot of that'd be a good show for Victory North.
Yeah, that would be a good show here. Yeah, I was thinking they would almost play the Moran Theater down in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
That would be
that
a good
makes
spot
sense.
for them as well.
I think it's possible, man. It's like for me, it's like these new bands come out and they're bands you get behind. You're just like, I hope they're here in 5 years. I hope they're here in 10 years. Shinedown is a perfect example of that. I remember when the first album came out, you're like, oh crap, this is good. And then you're like, I just hope they're here in a couple more years. And then they release the second album, you're like, oh man, all right, good. This is good. And now, almost 15 years later, they're one of the staples in the format. You're like, fucking A, man. Need more of that.
Yeah.
I want Bad Flower. I want to be talking about Bad Flower, 15 years from now.
They have such a great sound. I was listening to the station on the way in, and F the World, which is their new single. It's really good. All right, I'm going to switch it over to Jeffe Cam just to make sure he's working.
Sure.
It's working. Got to line it up here. There he is. He's hiding behind the party cactus. Perfect. All right. Just wanted to make sure that was good to go. So Jeffe will join us in the 8 o'clock hour. He'll pick new music for us between Beartooth and some other band I can't remember.
Daughtry.
That's it. Very forgettable.
All right, we've got about 3.5 minutes back in Loser. Then we'll dive into this list of some of the most hated bands of all time. I'll take your calls, comments, and texts. You can hit us up on the stream. Hit us up on social media. Call or text 800-394-1061.
What are your thoughts on Lil Nas X's Satan Shoes?
I think part of me thinks he's just trying to do anything right now to stay relevant. I'm not saying he's not a talented guy or isn't going to do, but Old Town Road was such a massive hit, and it just feels like just a complete novelty song.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to say that to take away anything from him, but it just felt like a novelty song, especially when he came out. It had Billy Ray Cyrus on it and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So it just, I think he does a lot of this for attention. Which, do it, man. Make your money. Do what you got to do. I'm not judging by any means. Shoes themselves kind of look cool.
Yeah, I kind of want a pair of the Satan shoes.
They kind of look cool. I mean, if I'm Nike, I get being pissed. I mean, Nike's ready to sue him.
They are suing him.
Yeah, so I mean,
they're not even suing Lil Nas X. They're suing the company. Yeah.
I mean, I get that. I mean, you don't want that kind of controversy. I understand. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, they're kind of cool looking.
Yeah, so a company took like 666 pairs of Nike shoes, and they like essentially added on to them. They put prints of like the satanic symbol in the shoe liner, and wrote like 666 on the side. And Lil Nas X sold them in conjunction with the new single, where he essentially gives the devil a lap dance, then breaks his neck and takes over the role of the devil.
Nice,
which is pretty sick.
So yeah, I don't know.
The shoes are honestly they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
But they sold them for $1,018, and they sold out in a minute.
Yeah,
666 pairs.
Stupid.
Woo, woo. Good Lord. Chris goes, he's given up a master class on how easy to rile up people. Oh, absolutely,
dude. I mean, that's part of it that I kind of love. I read somebody posted about it the other day. I think it was a record rep. I can't think of his name, but he's like, this is what rock used to do. Just piss people off for the sake of pissing people off.
Yeah.
He goes, I love it. He goes, this is what he's doing right now. He's just pissing people off just to piss them off. And he goes, I think it's great, and I love every minute of it.
Yeah, he's definitely getting everyone's attention. So John Jones from the UFC, who we were just talking about earlier,
yeah,
he's not happy with Lil Nas X either. And it's so funny to see all these people very upset about what this kid's doing, where it doesn't affect them at all.
And then you just got a lot of people getting ticked off at Nike, and Nike's over here going, it wasn't us, it wasn't us.
Wanda has a good point. If they could talk about having a WAP, then they could then he could tweak on Satan. Technically, he kills Satan. So you know what? Pretty good guy.
All right, got about 45 seconds. We did have some comments.
Thank you, Boinker. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Let me, I'll bring that up as well.
You on the rock page. All right, guys, be right back. Thanks for hanging out this morning. Get on that stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe while you're there. All right, this hour, taking your calls, comments, and text at 800-394-1061. A website called bestoflife.com supposedly used science and math to determine the most hated bands of all time. Said they created an algorithm based on things like most hated lists, message boards, and articles, and then came up with the list of 21 different bands. The most hated 21 bands ever.
Interesting. This is interesting stuff. I'm looking at this list right now, and some are mind-blowing to me. But I don't want to ruin the surprise of it. So, I mean, do you want to start breaking down the top 10, or you want to do?
Let's look at the 21 through 11 first, because there's several on here that I'm like, okay, I get. And one of them coming in at number 18 is Rush. Look.
I love Rush, dude. I've always said that.
Rush, yes, my all-time favorite band. Honestly, I get why people don't like them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Geddy's voice, yes. It's
right.
different, unique. It is an acquired taste.
Also his face.
That's fair.
Not an attractive man.
I'm not going to hold that against him. But, I mean, I get... I'm not surprised they're on this list. I'm not even going to argue against it. I mean, they can be kind of polarizing. But number 21 shocked me, man.
Linkin Park comes in at 21.
I don't know if I've ever met anybody that's like, Linkin Park, hate them.
Yeah, I don't understand the hate. I mean, they are technically the last band on the list, but yeah, Linkin Park, Spin Doctors at 20. They
I,
had 2 hits.
you know what? And I'll say it. I think they're an underrated band. Pocket Full of Kryptonite is a great album. Jimmy Olsen's Blues is an absolutely great song. I don't know. I think they're underrated. But yeah, they had a couple hits. How are they on this list?
Nirvana at 19, which I do not get. Nirvana is an insanely talented, unique band. I
Yeah.
mean, what do we got? Pearl Jam at 17, interesting. Oasis at 16, maybe. Maybe.
They're one of those polarizing bands just because I think more their history and story of the brothers not getting along.
I find that incredibly intriguing.
Right? I love that. I mean, if they would get back together, the amount of money they can make is just stupid.
I don't get it. Korn comes in at 15, and then followed up by Korn. I'm just going to glaze over Korn, whatever. You can like him or hate him, doesn't matter. 14 is Metallica. What?
This goes back to, I think you get to a certain level of popularity, and then you're going to have haters just to hate. And I think, with Metallica, it's like they were, more thrash metal leaning in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Black Album comes out, and it's, definitely a different sound,
Right.
from the earlier stuff. So then you have people going, I don't know about this. You're popular now. You sold out. Then Load comes out. They cut their hair. And then all kinds of haters jump on the bandwagon. And then, they've been around for, 3, 4 decades? I mean, after a while, people just get sick of them. So, should they be on the list, in my opinion? No. But I can't say I'm overly shocked.
Well, the 2 most polarizing things Metallica has ever done was obviously the Napster fiasco, when people got mad because they wanted to get paid for them stealing their music.
Yeah.
Like, that one, I don't know why, I get it. At the time, people were like, we want music for free. And Metallica's like, you can't have our art for free. I understand that thing, but people were very upset about it at the time. And, of course, they sued Napster, and they essentially got the website shut down, and that pissed people off. But then there was Saint Anger. And those are the 2 most polarizing things the band has done. And maybe that's the reason why they come in number 14 on this list.
Now, number 13 is The Doors. I don't know. It's like,
break on through. I don't get that either.
That one was just, why are they on this list? That one didn't make sense to me. It's like, good music, great story, straight up just rock and roll with Jim Morrison.
They were only a band for like a decade. Less.
Probably less. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, Jim Morrison, fizzled out. So it's just like.
It's a kind word.
I know, right? I don't know. I was surprised by that. Number 12 and 11 do not surprise me. Green Day comes in at number 12. I mean,
I don't get that either.
really. I mean, you had Dookie, which was a great album, and then
Dookie.
and then after that, I mean, after Dookie came out, they had good stuff, but they were just kind of there.
Insomniac, American Idiot.
No, but then they American Idiot was their comeback. I mean,
Yeah.
that was the album that brought him back. But that was, let's be honest, that was their last good album.
That was
great album.
That was 15 years ago, but they put out solid albums since then. I'm not saying like most bands don't put out their greatest works at the end of their career.
I get that, and
But-
I don't know if they're at their end of the career,
Right.
but I mean, it's like they're, and people are gonna love Insomniac and all those other. But I mean, to me, they're a 2-album band. It's American Idiot and it's Dookie, and they got really good stuff, but they're a 2-album band.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Well, let's glaze over that. Let's go to number 11. We'll both agree Coldplay.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about it.
How
It's
are
good.
they not on top of this list?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they're not in the top 10, but they wind up 11 on this list. And who came up with it? Some scientific foundation. I don't know.
All right, so we're going to break down the top 10 coming up next. We also want to take your calls, comments, and text, 800-394-1061. What are some of your most hated bands? Call, comment, and text now. Here's The Offspring. Let the Bad Times Roll. Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 1061.
There's probably like a good group of people right now like, The Offspring's my most hated band because I'm riled up and angry at this list.
Yeah. No, I don't know, man. I like Green Day. Don't get me wrong. Would I put them on this list? No. But
And if anything, I would flip the Doors and Rush their positions. I would put Rush at 13 and the Doors at 18.
The Doors surprise me just because it's like for most of the other ones, I can look at it and go, okay, I get it. I mean, with Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Metallica, to me are all, they got so popular, people are just going to hate them. So I get why they're there. I disagree. Oasis, I kind of get. Korn I put in with the Rush thing, a little bit, you either love them or you hate them, so I get them. They're a little bit more polarizing. Green Day I get. Coldplay, ugh, ugh, ugh.
Yeah, Coldplay is polarizing. Chris says The Offspring at the '06 Warped Tour still stands as the worst show I've ever seen.
Really? When they played Rockville 3 years ago, 4 years ago, it's the first time I saw them live. I was like, holy crap, they're great. I love them.
It's the greatest hits of The Offspring. I mean, they kill it every time.
They're one of those bands that you forget how many hits they had.
Chris says, I was watching. Don't hate them, but damn, that was disappointing.
Yeah.
Carrie Black says, I'm watching for the first time just to see if Nickelback is number one. Well, Carrie, you need to stick around and hang out for the next few minutes because I've got a feeling you're going to like what you see.
Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate for checking us out.
Chris says, saw them at Rockville, and they were way better.
Okay, good. Yeah. The Rockville show I thought was great.
Guys could just be, Noodles and Gang could just be a little drunk. Noodles and Dexter have a little bit of an issue. But the top 10 of the list, there's maybe one or maybe two I could be like, come on, guys. But, the top three are essentially what you think they're probably going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, there's two on the list that I'm surprised with. Once again, I think I can make arguments as to why, or I get why, but yeah, I wouldn't put them on.
Pow. Nice. Right. So remember how I didn't ship a whole case of Busch Light to my brother-in-law in Chicago?
No.
Yeah,
yes.
I did. Anyway, it arrives today.
Okay. All right.
It arrives today. Did I tell you the story about what happened at FedEx?
No.
All right, so I go to
You got
FedEx.
20 seconds.
I go to FedEx, and they're like, hey, what's in the box? And I'm like, books. I couldn't think of anything else. I'm like, and each box was like 15 pounds. And they're like, what are they're college books? He's going to college. Oh, okay.
All right, be right back. Good morning. Be sure to get the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Big thanks to Carrie checking out the stream for the first time ever.
Carrie.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. All right, this morning, taking your calls, comments, and texts about the most hated bands. Do you have one that would make this list?
Deftones. I hate the Deftones. I'm sorry.
You
They
don't
suck.
like them.
I don't care.
No, that's fair.
I'm sorry. I just like everything they put out. Obviously the first album they hit off of, which I can't even think the name of because I don't like them that much. I've never liked the Deftones. Never cared for them.
Now, we had some people comment on the Facebook page, and Andy Harville said it. He agrees with Metallica being on this list. He said Metallica, and he's like, yeah, I said what I said. Three Doors Down pop up a couple times on the Facebook page with people not digging that band. REM, I love REM, man.
Yeah, REM's a weird one to hate. Over on the rock page, Incubus was chosen by Tyler.
That surprises me. I dig that band.
It's easy. I guess it's easier to hate them than maybe some other bands. And then Doug goes, 5-figure Death Punch should be 1 through 4.
I love the response to that. You're not counting the thumb, obviously. Bestoflife.com used an algorithm to come up with this list, the most hated bands of all time. Let's dig into the top 10. Coming in at number 10, a band you recently saw live.
It's the last band I saw before the pandemic was Dave Matthews Band.
So they're coming in at number 10 on the list, and I don't know. I don't know. I can't say I hate the Dave Matthews Band.
I didn't love them in concert, and I know that's like against like so many people's religion at this point because there's so many Dave heads out there or whatever they call themselves. But I guess I just didn't know Dave Matthews' catalog of music as well as I did, or as much as I thought at least. And I didn't love them in concert.
They're one of those jam bands that are going to be like, we don't need to play the hits, don't care.
Yeah,
we're going to play 20-minute versions of songs you've never heard of.
Oh, they got into some extended jams, bro. Extended jams.
So maybe if you aren't herbally enhanced, it just doesn't feel the same.
I was alcoholically enhanced, and it did not last long.
Needed more. All right, coming in at number 9. I disagree with this. I mean, I think you can hate the fact that they've been on a 47-year reunion tour. You can hate the fact that they'll put their name on absolutely anything and sell it. But when it comes to being a band, Kiss at number 9? No.
I mean,
what, really?
come on. I mean, they're hateable. Their personalities can be hateable, so that's why I understand why they're at number 9 on the top 10 most hated bands of all time, according to this science, which we have a great comment from our stream right now. It said, lists like this are why people don't believe science.
I mean, I would put, you ready for this?
Huh?
I would put Rush on this list in theory of science and people hating on bands. I would put Rush above Kiss if you're looking at just hatred toward a band.
Now, thing is, the personalities in Rush are just like Canada. Just absolutely,
nice.
just they're super nice and they're almost forgettable. But Gene Simmons is not. He is super hateable on all levels, and that's why he probably makes the top 10.
But so basically, it's Gene Simmons, not necessarily the band,
right? Because I mean, when people listen to music, and then they've seen anything from the members of the band, they'll always attach it to it. And Gene Simmons, not only is he hateable just by his face, but by the way he talks and what things he says. He's just super hateable.
All right, coming in at number 8. Radiohead.
Oh, Jesus. Sorry, I skipped one. I'm like, this isn't okay. I don't know why Radiohead is hated. It's so funny. Actually, on the stream moments ago, Chris goes, I hate Radiohead. So he called your shot, bro. Coming in number 8 today.
I think with Radiohead, they can just come across as pretentious.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
I think they're a little too arty.
Right,
yeah.
And I think that's where the pretension comes
but
from.
But also maybe their music isn't for me if that's the case. Because once again, I'm dumb. I mean, in most conversations, I have to stop people and say, please explain it like I'm a 5-year-old.
They're one of those bands where it's like they've got songs I like, but would I go out of my way to see them live or buy something from them? No, not in a heartbeat.
Yeah, we're too dumb.
Coming in at number 7 on the list of the most hated bands of all time, once again, put together by bestoflife.com using science and math, supposedly. Another jam band makes the list, and I don't know enough about this band to hate them.
I know you have to do drugs to watch them.
The band is Fish. They've kind of taken the mantle of the Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
You know, they do it's like Dave Matthews Band. You know, and I mean Dave Matthews Band at least has hits. You can't list, I couldn't tell you one Fish song.
No.
And so now you're going to a show that if you're not a fan of, you know nothing of what they're playing. You're going to get 20-minute versions of them. And if you're not baked out of your mind, how do you sit through it?
Drugs. I thought we covered that already.
No,
drugs.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you weren't doing drugs, there's no way I'm sitting through any of that.
No way.
All right, number 6 on this list. It surprised me, but I think I get it.
He's polarizing in the way that you're either in or out immediately with this guy.
Now, I think from a songwriting standpoint, that's not why he's on this list. I think I agree with you. From a performance standpoint is why he makes it. At number 6, it's Bob Dylan.
This is when you can understand him.
Right. And I think that's probably the reason he makes this list. I mean, now as a performer, and if you're a Bob Dylan fan, you're going to love him regardless. Like
he's come 2 or 3 times to Savannah since I've been here in the last 7 years.
You're in or out. But I mean, I've talked to people who've seen him and are like, that's rough, man. So I mean, because he doesn't have the best of voice anymore. He just kind of mumbles his way through most performances. Now, as a songwriter, one of the greatest of all time.
Oh yeah.
But as a performer, once again, not somebody I'm rushing out to see.
Now, number 5 on the list is a band that has new hatred. Their hatred has grown exponentially since they kind of came into the limelight. And it's weird because I've met these guys before.
Okay.
When their first song came out, which I forget the name of it, Lion something.
Little Lion Man.
Yeah, Little Lion Man. I was like, these guys came in and they were the coolest. They were pushing each other in office chairs around my building. Like they were playing games because they were just hanging out before they did a performance for us. So the band was super cool, but yeah, all the new hate for them, I kind of get why they're on the list, but so high is kind of ridiculous. We're talking about Mumford & Sons.
They kind of kicked off that indie folk thing a little over a decade ago.
Which is kind of taken over, it took over alternative for a little while. Alternative's a lot more like electro now, more towards pop music. But, yeah, I mean, they held their own. They kind of were on the forefront of the folk alternative movement for a while.
All right, it is the most hated bands of all time, put together by bestoflife.com. Supposedly use science and math and all kinds of algorithms to put together this list. We'll give you number 4. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the top 3, and we'll continue to take your calls, comments, and texts at 800-394-1061. Number 4, I think, kind of like your Kiss theory where it's more Gene Simmons.
Right.
I think this boils down to weird hatred for the lead singer.
I don't know about that. I say it's more for the fact that they put an album on our phone and none of us agreed to it.
It was a free album. Why are you arguing?
I don't know, but like people don't like that.
Number 4 on the list, I consider him, I don't know if I put him in my top 10, but I would consider him one of the greatest bands ever. It's U2.
I mean, of all the bands we've talked about that are within the top 10, this is the only band that I really want to go see.
Yeah. I mean, they shouldn't be anywhere on this list, let alone making the top 10. Coming in at number 4, are you kidding me? I mean, even if you don't like some of their newer stuff, which I get, I mean, they're old. Joshua Tree, Rattle and Hum, you kidding me?
They have some of the best albums, some of the best music, I think, of all time. Yeah, I mean, U2, I mean, they sell out stadiums across the world. They can't make the top 5, let alone be number 4. So weird.
All right, we'll finish out the top 3 coming up next. It's from bestoflife.com, the most hated bands of all time. I don't think the top 3 is going to shock you. It's coming up next, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right, guys, thanks for hanging around on the stream. We appreciate it. Gonna wrap up this conversation about the most hated bands of all time. We'll go over the top 3, and then on the second half of the hour, where's my breakdown? We're going to do a little game. Cotter's going to test me on pandemic drinks. These are the most Googled drinks during the pandemic by state. So Cotter is going to test me on that. Have a little fun with that. Then we'll jump into the second half of the show. Second half of the show, we have trivia. We have, oh my gosh, Jeffe stopping by in the 8 o'clock hour. In the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to do Major League Baseball opening day is today, so we're going to crack open some old styles in celebration of that.
Yep.
And break down some of the stuff that's going on with Major League Baseball. And then we'll wrap up the show with Marshall's Music News. So an action-packed last 2.5 hours of the show.
All right, we're going to come right out of commercials.
Yeah, he said come.
Yeah, right out of the commercials. And wrap this up.
Cool. It is hot in here, T. I'm going to open the door again.
That's fine. Today, Jeffe will choose from Daughtry and Beartooth. That's after 8 o'clock. I hate the band Rush. Horrible music. I don't know who that's from. Somebody texted in.
That was me.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Phil goes, I feel like Nickelback hate is just so big, it's just a meme at this point. Like, even if you don't hate them, you don't have to pretend to for fear of not being part of the meme.
No, I agree with you. I'm not saying they're my favorite band ever, but I don't get all the hatred toward them. I mean, they're great live. They've sold a crap ton of records.
Yeah.
Kroger's a great songwriter. But yeah, I don't get the utter hatred toward them all that much, personally.
They're Canadian. They're easy to hate. Unlike Ryan Reynolds, who's also Canadian. I don't know if did you see Ryan Reynolds' Twitter tweet yesterday?
No.
Twitter tweet. Ryan Reynolds took a picture of himself getting the vaccine, and he said, upgrading to 5G. And that post went viral yesterday. That was pretty good. Gibby said, haters gonna hate. Raven Dantes goes, they have some great songs, but Chad is a douche. Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, he's like going back to Geddy Lee of Rush. He's got a very hateable face. It's a punchable face.
Sure.
Look, people are artists. Sometimes people who are artists aren't the best, most attractive people. When you are both of those things, It's a double whammy for you. You're probably going to do very well in your life. But when you got a very punchable face like Chad Kroeger or Geddy Lee, I mean, you're probably going to wind up on a list like this. Wanda says, I personally liked listening to Nickelback. If I come across them on the radio, I'll stop and listen.
Yeah.
Charles says, the worldwide hatred for Nickelback is because they suck balls and Chad is a dick. I'll share these.
Yeah, please do. Yeah. Please do.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. There's a band that comes in at number 3 that my opinion has drastically changed on. That I would say I hated them for a long time, and then my wife pushed me into listening to them more. And I actually do enjoy the band.
I'm kind of surprised your wife is a fan of them.
Yeah, it was kind of weird too, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect my wife, who loves metal music, to love this band. But we'll talk about that once we come back out of break here in just a moment. Chris goes, I think Nickelback gets hate for the same reason Metallica does. Metallica became Metallica Light for a lot of metalheads, and Nickelback became rock light and sort of redefined the genre. Raymond Dantes goes, anyone that calls Stone Sour Nickelback Light deserves to be taken out back and beaten. Metallica was hated because of Napster. Yeah, and I agree. I think the two defining moments was Napster and St. Anger.
Be right back. All right, thanks for hanging out this morning. Taking your calls, comments, and text, 800-394-1061. Bestoflife.com claimed to use science and math to determine a list of the most hated bands of all time. Quick run-through of the top 10. Dave Matthews Band at 10. Kiss, really, coming in at number 9. Radiohead at 8. Fish at 7. Bob Dylan at 6. Mumford & Sons at 5. And U2, which I think is the biggest mistake on this list, coming in at number 4.
Yeah, I think I agree with that as too. I mean, U2, I think there's just a lot of hatred outside of their music, mostly because of the whole iTunes album thing, which people still hold near and dear to their heart as one of the most hated reasons probably for the band. I think that's why they come in the list of 4.
I mean, I do think people hold things against Bono. I mean, dude has done a lot of good for the world. I mean, he really does. He does a lot of donating. He does a lot of work. But I think kind of the Radiohead thing, I think people can look at him as just, you're pretentious as hell, man. I just can't get into you.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, yeah, I kind of get that. All right, let's jump into the top 3 right now.
Okay.
Coming in at number 3 is the band Creed.
See, I would put this band at number 1.
Really?
I still can't. I mean, there are a handful of songs that I'm like, I like those songs.
Dude, we play Creed daily here on Rock 106.1.
I know. Just because I may dislike a band doesn't mean I'm not going to play them.
I'm just saying, Creed I had to come around on because I didn't like Creed for a long time. And then my wife, she oddly loves Creed. She loves mostly metal music, so which is kind of crazy. She just grew up. She found the albums. She loved Creed. And I actually went and saw Creed, I think, once or twice with her.
Okay.
Because they kind of came back and did like a comeback tour in the late 2000s. I came back around on them. I mean, honestly, I think Creed is a solid band. Yeah, Scott Stapp is very hateable. His personality is very hateable, very punchable face. I mean, I think that is one of the reasons why people hate bands. If they don't like the lead singer, everyone else in the background is essentially the background. If you don't like the lead singer, that's why you probably wound up on this list.
Now, I mean, like I said, I'm not saying they don't even have good music. You know, their songs I like, and I think they're talented musicians, talented songwriters. Whatever reason, I never got into that band. So, I mean, I'm not going to sit here, I jumped on a bandwagon. I just never got into that band.
I get it. Let's move on to number 2. Number 2, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I was a big fan of this band for a minute.
I think they just kind of became a parody of themselves, or at least the lead singer kind of became a parody of himself. And I think that's why Limp Bizkit comes in at number 2. I mean, there was a time in the 90s, they were the biggest band on the planet. Man.
Exactly. I mean, it was Korn for a second, and then Limp Bizkit with their red backwards hat came into our lives and absolutely ruled for, I would say, for almost couple years, 2 years, 3 years, yeah.
No, so one of the bands I understand why they're on the list, but if a tune comes on, chances are I'm going to listen. I'm still going to listen.
I'll tell you what, Limp Bizkit and Method Man's In Together Now
Yes,
is
love
probably
that
it's
song.
probably one of my favorite songs. I love that one. I crank it up every time.
That is a fantastic song. All right, this is the list of the most hated bands of all time put together by bestoflife.com. Coming in at number 1. I don't think it's a shock to absolutely anyone. It is Nickelback.
Ugh. I mean, our chat exploded today on the live stream talking about Nickelback. Phil says, I feel like Nickelback hate is just so big, it's just a meme at this point. Like, even if you don't hate them, you have to pretend to for the fear of not being a part of the meme culture of hating them.
Now, years ago, I think it was before you got here, we did a contest. Because remember, there was like a Facebook page or an Instagram page. It was like, if this picture of a pickle could get more likes than Nickelback or something like that.
Yeah.
So we did a contest. We got tickets for a Nickelback show, and you could either win a jar of pickles or Nickelback tickets. You got to choose.
Tell me.
3 people picked pickles.
Wow.
We'd had people. I was like, and we went out, bought jars of pickles. They came into the station to pick them up. So I was like, it was Nickelback or the pickle. Your chance to choose.
I love that. I mean, people went on about Nickelback on the chat. Like Charles says, the worldwide hatred for Nickelback is because they suck balls. He goes on further, but I can't bring it up. And Chris also brings up more of a logical fact. He goes, I think Nickelback gets hate for the same reason Metallica does. Metallica became metal light for a lot of metalheads, and Nickelback became rock light and sort of redefined the genres.
I think that is a good assessment of that. So I agree with most of them on this list, just not quite all of them. You can continue to comment and text 800-394-1061 with your most hated bands. Coming up next, we're going to talk about some of the most Googled cocktails during the pandemic. And we got a pop quiz for Marshall. This is Tool and Sober. It's the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
And the chat is off the hook today talking about bands. Metallica was hated because of Napster. Yes, brought that up. The conversation is popping in here, says Wanda. Worst band, Hanson. All right. What a sick take, Greg.
You know, they've got they own a brewery, Hanson. Legitly have a beer called Hops.
Really? Oh, the Hanson brothers own a brewery?
Yeah.
Where is it located?
I don't know, but they have a beer called Hops.
Look it up while I go through the chat. Michael says Creed is one of my favorite bands of all time. Dude, I kind of like Creed. I'm with you there. I'm not saying they're one of the best bands of all time, but they're one of your favorite bands, and that's awesome.
Dude, and it's like, look, when I was younger, I would get in arguments with people about how bands suck and you shouldn't like them. I'm past that. I got to a point in my life. It's like who you like, listen who you want to listen. Yeah. I may not like a certain band. I may not listen to the band. I'm not going to hate on somebody for liking a band.
Yeah. Deftones suck, though.
The Hanson Brothers Beer Company. It is
California, right?
It's got to be. I'm looking. Contact. Here we go.
All right. Let's see.
Oh, come on.
Charles says Creed sucks. Mark Tremonti is awesome, though. Mark Tremonti with Alter Bridge, also good. See, it's the lead singer thing, man. It's just like if you don't like the lead singer, you probably won't like the band. Everyone else in the background, no matter how good they are, people will just hate on. Wanda says Fred Durst has some odd shit going on TikTok. Really? You're going to have to send me the best. Send me links.
Okay.
Nickelback is trash. Sean McGowan dropping the Fred Durst lyrics. I stay fitted, new era committed. Now this red cap gets a rap from these critics.
I can't find where it's located, but Hanson oh, I'm sorry. Is that Tulsa? Oklahoma. That's where they're from.
Oh, there you go.
So their first beer on here is Hops, 7.5%. Hops is a malt-forward English-style pale ale combining English and American grain with both bread and caramel notes, completed with a unique blend of American hops, which provide mild fruit overtones and a complex hoppy finish. You know what? Hats off to Hanson for not just releasing a beer, but owning a brewery. If you're going to do it, go the full nine, man.
Win all the way. Sean goes, Marshall, I thought you had some Russian hoodie on. I'm actually ashamed to admit how long it took me to realize it was a mirrored image and that I'm going to get my coffee. Yeah. Now we flipped my camera because if it was not mirrored, I'd be looking technically at the wall, I guess. I'd be looking away from Cotter on the video stream, and it looks weird. Something we found out very early in the process.
Chris, Coldplay made the list. They're at number 11. They just missed the top 10.
I saw Mark Tremonti when he played with Alter Bridge. Creed, Limp Bizkit are just the sins of the singer screwing the band. For the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Coldplay wasn't on there. Yeah, they were 11. I really like Old Creed. Okay, so do I. I'm going to have to look them up on TikTok. Maybe I'll get more followers from it. Any good, the beer is like their. If it's any good, their beer is like their music. Someone else makes it. I'll DM some of his stuff. Maybe I'm missing something. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to talk about cocktails, the most searched cocktail recipes in certain states during the pandemic. Then I have a cocktail/movie booze pop quiz from Marshall. We'll see how he does. So we'll do that over the next couple breaks here.
Nothing but net on that last third
Did
of
you
the
make it?
basket. Oh, yeah. The first one, off the rim.
I don't know. It's just my luck when it comes to Torture Tuesday bets. Gonzaga is going to lose one of the next two games. They're not going to get.
God, I hope so.
They're not, and it's going to happen like at the buzzer in the finals. It's going to be one of
Some
the
heartbreaking
most
stuff.
Dramatic thing ever. I would never care about Gonzaga winning until this year.
Man. That would be incredible.
That's what I expect. I just expect failure in my life at this point.
All right, let's see. We have we got 14 people watching the show right now. So wait, people don't know how to drink it straight up. Don't know the recipe. I don't know what you're saying, Raven. I'm surprised Stained wasn't on the list. Aaron Lewis has a large hate list for a while.
That's
true. How much time we got?
15 seconds.
Okay.
We'll be back. Thanks to everybody hanging out on the stream today. You can join us there as well, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. While you're there, like, follow, and subscribe. You can also listen to the show in-home smart speaker. You can download the app for free or at rock1061.com. Now, it was no secret that during the pandemic, we did a whole lot of drinking.
I became a mixologist. I'm pretty sure I could walk into any bar and, just essentially take over that position. I can't. I was joking.
We drank so much that the alcohol sales dropped for the first time just 2 weeks ago, and it was only down like 2%.
Oh, really?
It was constantly like just up or even. It finally dropped.
Oh.
And like I said, just 2%.
People are finally going back to work. America is healing.
I've got to stop drinking daily. So we've got a list of the most Googled alcoholic drinks in each state during the pandemic. And the one that came in at number one, that's with the most states, I think is the most boring one on the list. And Georgia's there. Bummer. Mimosas.
Yeah, it's the most bougie, basic ass drink you can actually order. This is just all the ladies.
Champagne and OJ, man. It's that simple. Number two on this list, Florida, New Jersey, and New Mexico, all about the pina colada.
Hold on a second. Go back.
Yeah.
Go back. Why did people have to Google a mimosa? Like they had to figure out what was in it. Like you don't know what's in a mimosa?
Maybe they didn't.
And Colorado, Illinois, Maryland, North Carolina, and Tennessee all had to Google it? Are we the dumbest states? What's going on?
They were just very confused. A mimosa sounds like something else. I don't know.
Maybe they were Googling something else and they landed on mimosa. It's so weird.
But yeah, pina colada is number two. Within the past 5 years, began to appreciate a good pina colada.
Because, I think when it comes to when you're getting closer to retirement age, you are going to find the more fruitier, vacation-y drinks. Because that's what you're doing, vacationing.
I got to get ready to retire in Margaritaville, and I got
Over in Bluffton?
Got to appreciate those boat drinks.
Going to the Latitude area?
Yeah. All right, coming in at number three, I think this is my favorite cocktail of all time, the White Russian.
I drank more White Russians with you this year, in 2020, than I have any other year combined.
We have an incident we just called the White Russian Night back in the day. Not a story forever that we'll tell on the air. Alaska, Minnesota, and West Virginia, the White Russian, the states searching that. Mojitos coming in at number four. I don't mind a mojito.
Getting a good mojito is a great thing. getting a bad mojito is the worst thing ever. And usually, if you're making a mojito at home, it's probably going to be terrible.
Arkansas, Virginia, and Washington search the mojito.
Interesting.
Right? That surprised me. Number 5 on this list, margaritas. I love a good margarita. Missouri, New Hampshire, and Texas. Do you prefer rocks or frozen?
Rocks. If you're frozen, you're a child.
And then you just had
a margarita Slurpee. Get out of here.
The next on this list may be the worst entry. Kansas, Kentucky, and Pennsylvania search wine coolers.
Possibly my least favorite states right there.
Wine coolers? I mean, I guess technically they said you can make your own. You mix wine and ginger ale, but you're searching wine coolers?
I mean, you think Kentucky, and they're like, why didn't they Google bourbon? I guess probably because they're probably well-versed in bourbon and whiskey, so maybe that's why. But wine coolers? Wine coolers?
All right, so you used to live in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And when you think Las Vegas, you think Sin City, you think I'm getting loaded and, stories that will ever remain in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
The number one searched cocktail in Nevada, the Shirley Temple. It doesn't even have booze in it.
You don't realize that we are drunk all the time. 7 years I was there. Honestly, I don't remember what happened. I moved here, and I suddenly had a wife and 2 dogs. I don't know what happens. But I definitely didn't drink any Shirley Temples.
All right, so we got a pop quiz for you, Marshall. We're going to test your knowledge on mixed drinks because I know you love a good cocktail.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
So I've got 10 questions. Now, 5 of them are about mixed drinks. 5 of them are about drinks in movies or TV shows.
Okay.
I'm just going to alternate back and forth. So I wanted to have something different.
Yeah.
So here we go. Question number 1. What are one of the 2 standard garnishes that can go with an old-fashioned?
Oh, you have orange peel or like a whiskey-soaked cherry. Yeah.
That is correct.
I drink way too many old-fashions.
I figured that one was a gimme.
Yeah.
You're a fan of that drink.
Yep.
So now we got a movie-related question.
Okay.
What drink does John Candy order right before the concert scene in the movie The Blues Brothers?
John Candy?
Yes.
Oh.
He plays one of the cops chasing him.
I don't know. A beer? What's an orange whip?
Rum, vodka, cream, and orange juice.
Oh,
actually doesn't sound too bad.
Sounds like it's a diabetes in a glass. Jesus.
It's like an orange Julius you get from the mall, but with booze in it.
Okay.
It sounds fantastic.
Orange whip.
Orange whip. Orange whip. 3 orange whips. All right. Let's see. 1 right, 1 wrong.
Yeah.
Number 3. What is the main alcohol in a Manhattan?
Oh my God. My wife's gonna kill me. It's bourbon? Whiskey? Yeah.
So we'll give you that one. Number 4.
I know there's vermouth. I was about to say vermouth. I'm like, that's not right.
That's not God. Yeah. That sounds horrible.
It's in there.
All right. Number 4. Another movie-related question. This is a gimme. What is Ron Burgundy's drink of choice?
Scotch. Down into my tummy.
All right. Number 5. Then we'll take a break. What makes a dirty martini dirty?
The olive juice. I'm such a good alcoholic, dude. I feel really happy about this.
Martinis, I don't like. A dirty martini, though.
Oh, chug them all day.
Is delicious. All right, 5 more questions to go. He's 4 out of 5 so far. We'll get to that coming up next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. All right, we'll come right out of this.
Okay.
Blowing songs out left and right.
While ago's Jack and Coke was mine back in my early 20s, right out of the bottle and chased it with Coke. Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Sandy says, Southern Comfort on the rocks. My dad loved Southern Comfort. Drank it all the time. Sandy also says, I love making mojitos. Sandy, you're going to have to make me one of your mojitos.
I'm down.
I need to determine if your mojitos are delicious.
We can have her in. Mix mojitos.
Yeah, we should. Let's see. Jack and I are great friends. Any Nickelback tunes? Vodka right out of the bottle was another. Oh my God.
I couldn't do vodka, man. It's like I love it in things. Vodka straight up not my thing. I love White Russian is probably my favorite. My go-to at my house though has just been Moscow Mules or like whatever version of the Moscow Mule with Jameson.
Yeah, I'll just do to go to like the quickest drinks. I just do a simple like a whiskey and Coke, usually like a Diet Coke. I mean, I've been doing a lot of bullet bourbon. I think.
Right. Yeah.
Been doing a lot of bullet, and then I really like making Mai Tais, guys. I love Mai Tais.
Your Mai Tais were delicious. It was the first Mai Tai I've ever had, so I have nothing to compare it to, but it was delicious. What I love about the Moscow Mule, what's nice about it, I know I'm getting 3 drinks out of it because how I make them, you get the can of the ginger beer.
Oh, okay.
I can
the tiny can or the 12
ounce can.
Yeah.
It takes 4 ounces, so I get 3 drinks out of it. It's kind of nice. By the 3rd drink, I'm putting way more vodka than I should. Feeling good. It's fantastic.
You still have a bottle of vodka at my house.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I leave it there. Trust me, no one in my house drinks vodka. Chris goes, I don't have a bartender bone in my body. I just do whiskey or scotch neat.
Nothing wrong with that, man. I had our old boss had some old like Thomas Jefferson Reserve whiskey.
Thomas Jefferson?
Whatever it is.
Oh.
I don't remember what it's called. But and it was, somebody gave it to her, and she's like, I'm never going to drink this. It sat in my house for about 1.5 years, 2 years. Pandemic hit. I sucked that thing down in like a month. Like, this is delicious.
Yeah, I honestly, I did not, Chris, going back, like not having a bartender bone in your body, I rarely made any sort of drinks. Well, my wife and I, when we got into the pandemic, we learned a lot about making our own drinks. I actually joined a Kickstarter for the best shaker ever created.
Oh, wow.
So I forget the name of it, but it was a shaker that's double insulated so it doesn't get frozen.
Nice.
On the inside, the cup, the screw on top that is watertight, so when you shake it, you don't have to worry about anything spilling out. The cup or the screw on top is actually a measuring device as well, so you can actually measure an entire drink right in the cup. It is delightful. It was like $60.
Awesome. That's cool.
A little high if you're thinking just about a shaker, because shakers go like $15-$20, but it was well worth it.
Nice. All right, we got about a minute left. We'll come out. We'll finish this pop quiz. 4 out of 5. I think you'll get them. I think one of them will be hard just because I need multiple answers for it to be correct. Give you a hint. We kind of talked about it last Saturday.
Sure. I don't remember what last Saturday was.
It was when we were hanging out at Two Tides. I think you'll get 2 of the movie related. One of them's TV. I think 2 of them are gimmies. One of them, I don't know. It depends on if you've seen the movie or not.
Oh, someone just sent me the Fred Durst TikToks. Hold on.
Okay. We got about 30 seconds.
Gibby, hello. My name is Gibby. I'm an alcoholic. What
Hello,
the
Gibby.
hell? I haven't even watched it yet. It's Fred Durst with some sort of weird wig on.
What?
And a cup of coffee. I'll come back and watch that. I don't have enough time to wrap my mind around that. Wanda says I was such a drunk back then, probably crazy as I get now with sangria. Ooh, I love some
Can't do sangria. It's too sweet.
I like it.
Yeah.
Once or twice a year.
My wife will drink it, but yeah, it's not my thing. All right, guys, be right back. Be sure to check out the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. While you're there, like, follow, and subscribe. So we came across a list of the most Googled alcoholic drinks based on states. This was all during the pandemic. I'm still so disappointed. In Georgia, mimosas. Come on, guys. You could do better than this, right?
So everyone Googled mimosas for the year of the pandemic. That is disappointing.
I couldn't even tell you the last time I had a mimosa. I know I've had one, but not my thing.
I never purposely try to put that combination of liquids in my body, ever.
Too much orange juice. Too healthy. All right, we've got a pop quiz for Marshall. It's a breakdown, 50-50, 5 questions related to cocktails specifically, 5 questions related to movies or TV shows featuring cocktails. Number 6, and you're 4 out of 5, doing good. Number 6 is a gimme. On the TV show Scrubs, what was JT's go-to drink?
Appletini. Yeah, Will JD. I love Scrubs.
Such a good show. All right, number 7. What are the 2 main ingredients in a 7 and 7?
Seagram's and 7-Up.
Yeah. Seagram's 7 and 7-Up.
Yeah.
All right, in the movie Blue Velvet, what is the go-to beer for Dennis Hopper's character?
I remember. I don't think I've ever seen that movie. Busch Light. Now I want to watch that movie. I'm a kindred spirit with that guy.
It is messed up movie.
Blue Velvet?
Blue Velvet. It's
Okay.
so weird.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
But PBR, if you couldn't tell, is his go-to beer.
That's hilarious.
All right, number 9. What are the 5 main alcohols that go in a Long Island iced tea?
Regret, and shame. Dude, it's like it's everything. I'm not gonna answer that. It's a garbage drink. I hate it.
Vodka, rum, triple sec, tequila, and gin.
Seriously, whoever made that drink up deserves their spot in hell next to Hitler. That drink has ruined and destroyed people. That is honestly, and it's garbage. It tastes so bad.
All right, final one, number 10. You got this. In The Silence of the Lambs, what drink did Hannibal Lecter claim to drink while eating someone's liver?
A nice Chianti and I don't know.
You just said it. Say it again.
Chianti. What is a Chianti? I actually don't know.
I think it's a wine.
Yeah,
I think I'm not up on the wine thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, 7 out of 10.
Pretty good.
7 out of 10 was good, and the ones you didn't get were old movie questions. Go figure.
Yeah.
All right. We got more Cotter and Marshall show coming up next. Rock 106.1.
Woo-wee. All right, guys. Thanks for once again hanging out on the stream, having a little music and alcohol talk in the 7 o'clock hour. I have a special gift for everyone who's watching the stream right now.
What's that?
Merry Christmas. Let's see. I think it's... I don't know why it's not showing up on Facebook right now. I put up a link for everyone. Go ahead. Yep, there you go. Go ahead and enjoy that. You're welcome.
What's the link?
Cotter, I can't tell you. But you're more than happy to look yourself.
Is it the fire video?
Go ahead and turn up the volume for yourself.
Farts
and then
of fire? Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, that's going to be awesome. We'll just not even continue watching that. There we go. That's great.
Wanda goes, yes, watching it later. Get it? Because you didn't starts a fire. He farts a fire.
I started it. I started that fire.
But it is well worth your time. It is 7 minutes of
nobody
glorious.
wants to see that.
It is 7 minutes of glorious editing prowess that I have via video.
All right.
It is incredible. So Merry Christmas to everyone.
How bad did you make me look? Be honest.
I didn't make you. I don't think I made you look bad at all. I added sound effects.
I figured. That.
It's very funny.
I'm sure it's.
I showed my wife last night.
Sure
she was laughing.
Hysterical.
Don't be mad at that. It honestly is very funny. It is very funny. You'll enjoy it. It's top tier content and comedy.
Okay.
People can.
We'll see.
That's why I think you should watch it now. I think it's that good.
No.
Okay. Come on. Greg goes, I'll have to see it later. Online meeting. The Dropkick Murphys have released a new single, Queen of Suffolk County.
Suffolk?
Suffolk, Suffolk County. New album, Turn Up That Dial, out April 30th. Good for the Dropkick Murphys. Name one Dropkick Murphy song not named Shipping Up to Boston.
Tessie.
Name 2 songs.
Kiss Me, I'm Shit-Faced.
Really?
Barroom Hero. Is that them or is that Flogging Molly? That might be Flogging Molly.
Barroom Hero is theirs.
Rebels.
Look at you, a Dropkick Murphys fan.
Rebels for the Sacred Heart. Once again, could be Flogging Molly.
Rebels with a Cause?
No, Rebels for the Sacred Heart. Could be Flogging Molly though.
That's not them yet.
Okay. What else? Crap. No, there's more. I don't know. There's a lot.
I am not that big of a Dropkick Murphys fan. I know the one song.
Tessie's a great song.
Okay. Oh, I did Now I got Nickelback stuck in my head.
You're welcome.
If you were thrown into one of the 4 major sports leagues, what sport and position would you be most successful in?
None.
Kicker. NFL. I kicked a 35-yard field goal once.
You did kick a field goal.
I could totally be a once in a lifetime possible kicker of 35 yards.
Yeah, no, I got nothing.
Nothing?
No.
Goalie. You could do a goalie.
No, I'd be scared. Shot to the face.
You got a helmet on.
I was thinking soccer goalie, sorry.
You do NHL. I think everyone is capable of doing a
They
goalie.
can do the splits. I can't. They always stretch out. They're doing the splits usually. Can't do that.
You're limber.
I would fail right away just in stretching.
You don't think you could? The 4 major sports are baseball, football, hockey, and what I say? Football, baseball, hockey, and what's shit? Oh my god, Basketball. I couldn't do basketball. Don't have the endurance.
Right.
I think I could pull off a hockey goalie and or a long snapper. I bet you I could be a long snapper. You could probably be a long snapper.
I could be a long snapper.
Gibby says, "Congrats on your fire success, Connor."
Thank you very much. I did feel good about it.
Gibby says, "Left fielder." All right, coming up a little bit, got Jeffe. We'll also have trivia today if any of you cowards want to take us on. 7 questions, 60 seconds. No matter what, when you play, you score yourself some tickets to Extreme Monster Truck Spring Nationals.
Yeah, our record of getting calls to play trivia this week was worse than our win-loss record.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. I blame Tim in this light. I think it's cursed us. We wanted it so bad, it's actually hurt us now. But we'll take you guys on in trivia coming up here in just a little bit. Once again, we'll hook you up with Extreme Monster Truck Spring Nationals tickets. Those tickets are good for Saturday, May 1st over at the OSP. And I would say my trivia, although I wrote it last second, I would say it's a definite 3 or 4 out of 7 for most people.
All right. Yeah, I got a lot of multiple choice, so I think multiple choice always makes it harder for me in a way because it's usually questions I don't. When I write a multiple choice, it's because it's a question that I obviously don't know the answer to. So you give choices. So yes, you have less to pick from, but I think it kind of can make the question harder. So I have 4 multiple choice. So to me, that can make the game harder.
I've got 2 multiple choice, and then I have 1 true or false. And the weather is crazy these next few days. And it has to happen on a weekend. Did you see this?
What?
So our high today is 64. Right now it says it's 54. Tomorrow's high is 57. Tonight's low is 39. Tomorrow night's low is 37. Saturday's high is 61. And then we're back up in the 70s and 80s after that. But it's essentially just the weekend where it's balls-ass cold in the area.
Awesome. Get up nice and early, go to that run and freeze.
Mm-hmm. I'll be going to Chatham Parkway Toyota.
Nice.
To stand outside and freeze as well. He says, I'm going to try and catch a couple Z's. Have a great day, guys. Be safe, be good, and not be good at it. Gotcha.
All right, man. Gibby, thanks for hanging out, man. Get some sleep, dude.
Mm-hmm. I think we definitely peaked in the 7 o'clock hour today when it came to people hanging out. It's like people have to go to work or something.
True.
All right, let's check in on Jeffe. How's Jeffe doing? Still sleeping. All right, he's got to get up and get to work at some point. You know what the problem is? Jeffe's been hanging out too much with Jake Thompson.
True.
Sleeping in. Don't care for it. What's wrong?
Just reading that Dropkick Murphys. We got Drowning Pool Bodies, and then get back on the air. Got 3 quick, basically just stupid criminal stories. Kind of a best from the week so far. Fucking people stupid, man. Just stupid. One happened in my in Lincoln, Nebraska, where I used to live.
Actually, I find that one the most inspiring.
It sounds. You read it and then you see it's from Lincoln. You're like, yeah, that makes complete and total sense. That sounds like something somebody from Lincoln, Nebraska do. Just trying to help out a friend, man. Just trying to help out a friend.
That without a doubt, we have a story about Nebraska and some dude helping a friend, and that one actually, I don't even think he should have been arrested. I think he should get a medal.
Well, I mean, he did technically steal the vehicle.
What if he was going to return it though?
It's true.
Yeah, just saying. Wanda goes, hey, have you seen the list of the 50 most popular women? I have not. But if you want to drop a link in the chat, I'll check it out. If not, Google it. I can't believe who is in 7th. I feel like is this a setup, Wanda? I feel like the moment you said it, I'm like, is this a setup? All right, 50 most popular. Okay. I'm going to say it's right here. According to ABC News, 50 most popular women on the web per Google search results. This came out in May 6th of 2010, so this is 11 years old. Coming in at number 7, Justin Bieber. So, yeah, back then, Avril Lavigne, Paris Hilton, Miley Cyrus, Justin Bieber at 7, Britney Spears, Rihanna, Beyonce, Madonna, Kesha, and Lady Gaga. Oh, Kesha. Good Lord, what happened to her?
She got into an argument with the producer.
Oh, he sexually assaulted her.
Yeah.
Also.
And then there was all these allegations back and forth.
Charles Taylor, NFL, one tech, nose guard. All right. I like that. I bet Charles, did you ever play pro ball? Did you play any division football? Division 1, Division 3, whatever? I feel like Charles is a big dude. He is a big dude. I bet you he could mess some people up. You probably stopped playing football because you're too damn handsome. That's your fault.
Can't wreck the moneymaker, man.
That's why he only wore a sport with a helmet on to protect his face. Yeah.
All right, guys, got about 30 seconds.
D2, West Georgia, nose guard, not bad. See, I knew that. And, dude, I knew it. Dude, how much action did you get for being a part of the football team? Did you get a lot? I imagine.
All right, we'll be right back. A lot of action on the stream today. You can join us there, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Please like, follow, and subscribe. All right, we got 3 stories, just stupid criminal stuff. Story number 1, sometimes giving a fake name to the cops is a bad idea. Cops in Michigan spotted a car on the shoulder Friday night. Lights were off, walked up to the car. The guy in the front seat was ducked out of sight. Cops ask him his name. Gives him a fake name.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. It's like, I don't need to be arrested right now. Unfortunately, the fake name was somebody's real name who had multiple warrants, so they ended up arresting this guy, and after they searched him, They found 27 grams of meth.
I'm not a math guy, but that sounds like a lot of meth, Cotter.
That is a lot of meth. I mean, that's stupid. He got to jail. They took his fingerprints, figured out his real identity. He's now facing charges for meth possession, lying to an officer during a felony, and more. What are the chances, though? I mean, I would love to know what the fake name was.
Tim Smith.
I mean,
Gary Payton. Sean Kemp.
I would love to know what name he did give, because what are the chances? You come up with just a random fake name. It's not only, I mean, okay, the chances that it's being somebody's name is pretty good.
Right.
But the chances that they have multiple felonies under that name and you get arrested anyway,
Sure.
that's just the worst luck ever.
Everyone, you guys can use my name if you want. Go ahead and use my name in case you're coming to a situation quite like this. You're welcome.
All right, story number 2. Don't drive your friend to a hospital in a front-end loader. Now, I think he was trying to do what was best for his friend. So 32-year-old Jordan Evans, drinking with some buddies Friday night. The friend suffered some sort of injury and couldn't walk. So Jordan decided to take him to the hospital.
Twisted his ankle.
In a stolen piece of construction equipment. He saw a front-end loader sitting at a construction site, loaded his friend into the bucket in the front, jumped behind the wheel, drove him 10 blocks to the hospital. Some cops just happened to be at the hospital, watched him pull in. He ended up blocking the ambulance bay, which wasn't good. Paramedics couldn't get in and out. His blood alcohol level, twice the legal limit, and he had a bottle of liquor with him along with some weed.
Well, obviously, they were probably having a good time partying. His friend got hurt, maybe fell over, maybe fell into a fire or something. I've seen that 100 times. And yeah, I mean, technically, this is the construction site's fault because they shouldn't have left their front-end loader with, I'm guessing you had to have some sort of key to start it.
That's true.
Yeah.
I thought this guy was hot wiring it.
Yeah, I mean, this guy actually should receive a medal for what he did for his friend.
Now, Jordan was also driving on a suspended license from a previous DUI.
Okay, well, you know what? You know what a front-end loader is? Not a car. Can you not drive a car or a front-end loader?
I think you can get a DUI for like riding a horse or a bike drunk if the cops want to.
You can, yeah.
Want to give that to
yeah,
you.
They
So, yeah,
can.
I think it's okay. Now he's facing charges for drunk driving, drugs, and felony theft, and there's still no word on the actual injury that his friend got. I'm kind of curious. How serious was it?
A twisted ankle.
Right?
Or some major burns of some sort.
Get an Uber, man. Come on. All right, final story. No one can resist the temptation of becoming a YouTube celebrity. There's a 53-year-old guy named Mark Farron Claude Biart. He's been running
a name.
He's been running from the authorities in Italy since 2014. He was busted for trafficking cocaine for the mafia.
I mean, it happens.
I know.
Sometimes you got to traffic some coke, right? Ask that Chicago Cubs player.
Dude's been on the run for 7 years. Turns out he's been hiding in the Dominican Republic.
Oh.
And he finally blew his cover because he decided to host a YouTube channel showing off his Italian cooking skills.
I mean, if you got it, flaunt it, right?
Now, he never showed his face in the videos, which was smart, but he had unique and distinctive tattoos.
Like on his arms and hands?
Must have.
Oh, no.
They made the cut. Someone in the Italian law enforcement spotted them, realized the cooking show was hosted by Mark. He was arrested on Monday and taken back to Italy.
What a way to go, man. He had a good run, though. Since 2014, 7 years?
7 years?
Not bad.
That's solid, man.
Pretty good.
All right, coming up next, Jeffe 2, the new music Beta Fish. He's got to select some new music choices today. Or Daughtry, Heavy is the Crown. Or Beartooth, The Past is Dead. It's coming up next. Here's Seether, Bruised and Bloodied. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right, guys. Once again, kickstarting trivia here after Jeffe. So make sure that you guys are on the phone, getting ready to call in. We'll take our very first caller to play trivia against one of us. 7 questions, 60 seconds. And no matter what happens, we'll hook you up with tickets to go check out Extreme Monster Truck Spring Nationals.
We'll play some samples of the songs next, hit a commercial, and then after the commercial break, that's when Jeffe will select the new music.
The two songs are Daughtry's Heavy is the Crown, which isn't that the name of the song that Zach Brown and Chris Cornell did?
Heavy is the Head.
Oh, okay.
Is theirs. That Wears the Crown. But yes.
Kind of the same
That
thing.
was a great song.
Is it just the cover? Is it like a cover of it?
No.
Oh.
No.
It's very close to that song.
But the Heavy is the Head song by Zach Brown and the Cornell was great.
You should add that one back in.
That's good.
Speaking of, Beartooth, The Past is Dead. Those are the two songs that Jeffe is going to choose today if we can get him up off the party cactus. Thanks, Marshall. Of course, I've been using your name for a couple of years. There may be some warrants. Yeah, that's fine.
Or baby mamas.
I have one of the most ridiculous generic names ever. So when I got when I was getting my first house rented here in Savannah,
I remember this.
I got denied because I had a warrant out for my arrest in like New Hampshire, which I've never visited. Apparently, this guy was on the run, and for some reason, when they did the ID check, they thought I was him.
Right.
So my wife called me crying, saying, "Do you have something you want to tell me?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She was mad. She was like she was upset at me.
What have you been hiding?
Yeah, what have you been hiding? And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. It was just a case of mistaken identity. For some reason, they didn't cross-reference my effing middle name.
Yeah, that's weird.
My name is John Marshall, most boring first name ever. That's why I always go by Marshall. And just like, you don't look? Like, you hired a company to do this, and they came up with this?
Yeah,
it's embarrassing for that company.
So there is a pro-ish golfer that has the same name as me. I don't know, because I've Googled to see who else, curious to see who has my name. And if you Facebook it, because somebody on Facebook did something where everybody who shared the same name, put them all in a Facebook group. Just to F with them. I'm like, that's actually kind of funny. Mm-hmm. Some of them found it funny. Others did not find it funny because it was just like it'd be like you taking all the John Marshalls you can find on Facebook and creating the John Marshall group.
It'd be a lot.
Right.
Yeah, it'd be a lot. I just left Charles right before we went to break. We were talking about what position he could play if he was what position he could play if he chose to go into a professional sport. He talked about NFL. Then I asked him if he actually played previously. He actually played Division II, West Georgia, played nose guard. And then I asked him how well he did with the ladies. He goes, "Well, I went into amateur porn afterwards." So
well played.
So there you go. Good for Charles.
All right, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out with the show today. Get the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. You can like, follow, and subscribe while you're there. All right, we got Jeffe 2, the new music Beta Fish. He joins us each and every Thursday. Jeffe, he's got a brand new home here in the studio. He's moved around a lot. So
I don't know where he's at.
He's up toward the top there.
Oh, he's smoking. He's on a smoke break.
So when we first got Jeffe 2, after Jeffe 1, R.I.P., we were in our original rock studio on the other side of the building. Mm-hmm. During the pandemic, he moved into your place because
for a couple months.
Yeah, because that became
we fostered him.
That became the headquarters for the show. Your wife fell in love with Jeffe, sung songs to him.
Every girl who's ever met Jeffe, he is really a heartbreaker. Has fallen in love with this fish.
That's true because now he's in the brand new Rock 106.1 studios that we share. With Bob 106.9, Mac, who joins us for Chicks on Dudes, middays on Bob 106.9, loves Jeffe.
He's a heartbreaker, absolutely.
So Jeffe's got to pick from one of two songs today. Song number 1 is from Daughtry. Yes, American Idol Daughtry. He's got a new record coming out called Nothing Lasts Forever. It's supposed to come out this year. Mm-hmm. No release date has been given yet. The song is called Heavy is the Crown. He can sing, man.
It's okay. That falsetto sometimes gets me, but whatever.
I get that. Number 2 is from Beartooth. The song is The Past is Dead. They've also got a brand new album coming out called Below. They've got a release date. That's coming out June 25th. So those are the two choices. You got to have a preference? You look unimpressed by both of them today, Marshall.
I mean, I wouldn't tell Jeffe this, but I would choose Daughtry over Beartooth. I don't know. I guess I just never been really a hardcore Beartooth fan. There's been some stuff they've done that I thought was cool in the past, but That song didn't seem to, just the little clip we heard
Right.
just didn't really hit with me.
All right, so coming up next, Jeffe 2, the new music Band of Fish will select between Daughtry, Heavy is the Crown, or Beartooth, The Past is Dead. Jeffe 2, the new music Band of Fish, coming up. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Yeah, that Beartooth song is kind of, oof.
I was surprised by it. It didn't
Surprised in what way?
It didn't seem as hard or heavy as the last stuff.
It sounded like had that 80s synth in the
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
And I think that's what I didn't like maybe about it. I don't
Yeah.
know. I just, I feel like too many rock bands are trying to go like that synthy route, like adding keys and everything to it, where my dumb Neanderthal brain was like, you rock now. You do not do synth. Like, I don't know. I guess I don't really care for it.
Yeah, no, I expected, I expected to be a little heavier.
I'm only 1 for 3 on basket shots today. Really disappointed with myself.
Miss again?
All right. If you had to choose one movie series and one TV series to watch for the rest of life, which ones would you choose?
We had something like that.
Oh, we've had stuff like that.
I mean, for movie, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be boring. I'll take Star Wars. I just, still it's my favorite, and got plenty to pick from, even the crappy ones. TV series, Lost, because if I was the only one I had to watch for the rest of my life, I would have everything eventually figured out. Because I'm just gonna watch it so many times, I will figure out every damn mystery on that show.
Will you though?
No, but
Yeah,
I
was
think
gonna
that I
say,
will.
They didn't even answer their own mysteries. Some will forever be. Once again, the question: where'd it go? Oh Jesus, I lost it. If you had to choose one movie series and one TV series to watch for the rest of your life, which would you choose? Breaking Bad for the TV series, just because it's so incredible. Movie series? Oh,
I mean, if you just need to go with quantity, I mean, MCU is
yeah. If you're looking for maximum girth,
Yeah.
you would go MCU. I'd probably choose MCU. That makes the most sense.
yeah,
Get a lot of enjoyment out of that.
sure, and you just have with so much variety. So yeah, that makes sense. I get that too.
Honestly, my first one was Indiana Jones.
You know what?
Outside of that last movie, they
Yeah.
can actually keep the last movie. I'll just take the first 3.
First 3 are so good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I need to rewatch maybe eventually that last one. I've only watched it the one time.
The Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
I think you'll still be disappointed
Yeah.
in it. Yeah, it's one of those ones that I don't think you'll need. Wanda says TV show Naked and Afraid. That's actually a good one. I actually got into like a weird. I think it was over Christmas or something. I don't remember. It was some holiday where I watched Naked and Afraid for like 6 hours straight. Star Wars, so my husband doesn't have to explain it over and over again.
Yeah, no, I'd probably pick Star Wars because initially it's like my favorite. Honestly, it's
You don't
like,
get the TV shows now.
That's
you
fair.
just get the movies.
That's fair. There's enough of them there.
2.5 are good out of 9.
Like I years ago, before they did the new trilogy, I went back and rewatched the prequels. Not as bad as I initially remembered. The third one was pretty good, and I know it's like
Phantom Menace was bad.
Phantom Menace was
There was a part that was good.
yeah,
The Maul and Qui-Gon, yeah.
The new trilogy though, like Force Awakens, I liked it. It was everything I wanted it to be coming back.
Absolutely, because it was the first film.
No, the new one back with Disney.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Episode 7.
Yeah,
It was Episode 4 just with a gloss of paint on it.
I get that, but
Yeah.
it was everything I wanted it to be. Unfortunately, the series just didn't obviously live up to it after that. The second one, after a couple rewatchings, I like it better than my initial reaction. And the third one, I mean, the biggest problem there is like it was if it was a standalone movie, and that was kind of the only one they released because it's nothing but fan service. It doesn't tie to the other. It retcons everything coming out of the second one. If you and you can't, I understand it's part of the package. But if you could watch it as a standalone movie, just as a fan of Star Wars, okay, cool. But it just didn't make any sense to the whole complete story.
San Diego's The Last Kingdom. I'm not familiar with it, but I'm just looking it up on. I Googled it. It's a Netflix show.
Is that about MMA?
As a child, Uhtred witnessed his father being killed and his Saxon army defeated by invading troops aboard Danish ships.
Damn.
It's kind of like a Viking-y show, I guess is the word I was trying to say. So she said that in Queen of the South. So, yeah, I get that. I'm not watching The Last Kingdom, but I am watching Vikings right now, and I can throw my hands up in the air and claim that show is absolutely fantastic. I'm almost through season 2, I think. Yeah, season 2 or season 3, one of them. But I've been watching a lot of Vikings recently, and then I wrapped up the entire series of Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders on Netflix. Incredible show. Honestly, probably turn the subtitles on.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand some characters I cannot understand, and I actually would pause it and turn the subtitles on halfway through an episode if they had a lot of stuff.
Because they're using just a hardcore British accent.
Yeah, they have like these Cockney accents that just like are brutal to listen to. Like you can make out most of it, but the rest of it's like, what the did you just say?
All right, got about a minute. Have Jeffe pick a song?
Check in on Jeffe. Still sleeping.
Trivia is right around the corner. We'll probably hit the call-in a hair early than normal just because one of the songs we're playing is Blur Song 2 in 2 minutes. So, FYI.
It's weird that the Blur dude just went off and just did the Gorillaz instead.
I know, right?
Never really went back to Blur.
Mm-mm.
What's his name? Damien Albarn?
Albarn, yeah. Gorillaz is just fun as hell, though, man. I love that stuff.
Yeah. Plastic, I liked, the first album I think was self-titled. Then there was Plastic Beach that came out after that. Plastic Beach had a couple bangers on it, but it wasn't as solid as the first effort.
Yeah.
And then after that, dude, I don't even know what the hell they put. I know they put out a couple albums since, but I haven't really gone back into them.
Mm-mm.
There's Jeffe. He's moving around. All right, dude, you got to work.
All right, guys, be right back. Thanks for hanging out this morning. Don't forget, you can listen. You can download the app for free. You can get us on your in-home smart speaker. You can also check us out on the website, rock1061.com. All right, Jeffe 2, the new music Beta Fish. He works 1 day a week. His main purpose in life is to pick new music for all of us. And today he's choosing from Daughtry, Heavy is the Crown. Or brand new stuff from Beartooth called The Past is Dead. All right, those are the choices today. Is Jeffe 2 ready?
He's actually up and at him right now, which he usually isn't. So usually he's sleeping and I have to wake him up. So I think this is a good thing. So Daughtry will be represented on the left-hand side of the tank. Beartooth will be represented on the right-hand side of the tank. Jeffe, you can't fall asleep, buddy. Get to work here. I'm going to tap the glass here. All right, there we go. Jeffe is off and at him. If you're watching the live stream, you'll see that he immediately went to the left-hand side of the tank, and he's just kind of chilling right there. Oh, he's like a little scooting his way over to Beartooth, but he's stuck right in the middle. Okay, Jeffe, you got to make up your mind. It looks like he's definitively going to the right. He's going right next to the party cactus, his home away from home. He's choosing Beartooth today.
All right, so there you go. Beartooth, The Past is Dead. Thank you, Jeffe 2. It's Cotter Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
All right, Jeffe, thanks for swinging in today, buddy. We appreciate it. He always loves that right-hand side of the tank. Maybe because the heater's on that side, maybe?
Yeah.
I'm not for sure. I'll scoot the heater to the other side and see how it works.
All right, guys. Hopefully get some trivia action today.
So trivia is coming up here in 3 minutes?
3 minutes, yeah.
All right, so we need you guys to call in, 1-800-394-1061. 7 questions, 60 seconds. Take one of us on, and you'll have your shot at winning some Extreme Monster Truck Spring Nationals tickets. And by that, I mean you're guaranteed to win. No matter what happens, we're going to hook you up with tickets for your family to go check out the Monster Truck Extreme Monster Spring Nationals things. There's so many words. It's difficult sometimes.
All right, so I got about 2.5 minutes. That's when we'll have you call in. Make sure I got everything ready.
All the elements.
Yeah. Haven't had to use the winter bed in a while.
Are you talking shit?
A little bit. Mainly because nobody's called.
Maybe we just got too good over the first month. People are afraid to call in. That's why we call them fear forfeits.
That's true.
For some reason, we have people that just don't call in. We call it a fear forfeit, and then we win. I don't count those towards our win goals.
No,
though.
I don't think we can. That's not fair.
Of course it's fair. We're running the game. We make the rules. All right, just popping open the answer sheet here. All right, guys, 90 seconds away. First person to call in will be able to play against one of us in Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia? Actually, I'll go ahead and switch over to the screen right now. Brought to you by Rotten Little Bastard Distillery. There we go. Happy April Fool's Day.
Yeah, you big April Fool's guy? Do any prank stuff?
Yeah, just did one on you about 27 minutes ago.
Yeah,
You've refused to watch it, so it's kind of ruining the vibe of it. Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome. I'm here for you.
If it means anything, earlier comment from Sandy, just watch the fire starter and laugh till I peed. Love the short scotter, and the sound effects are hilarious.
Sandy's always there. For us. 30 seconds.
You'll actually enjoy it. I
Okay.
think you'll enjoy it. I put some Thug Life music in there for you that I think you'll really appreciate towards the end.
Okay. All right. All right, guys. 15. We'll be right back. Of course, you just heard the new tune from Beartooth, The Past is Dead. Once again, thank you, Jeffe2, the new music band Fish, for picking that. Don't forget to get the stream today, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Start that up every morning at 6 o'clock with the show.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Brought to you by Rotten Little Bastard Distillery. This is our trivia challenge. 7 questions, 60 seconds. Who is up for the challenge?
And just to clarify, yes, we are both community college dropouts. We are not very smart, but oddly enough, we're good sort of at trivia most of the time. So I think the first person that calls us up right now will score themselves tickets for their family. We'll hook the entire family up, no matter how big, to Extreme Monster Truck Spring Nationals.
What if they're like Wanda's and they got 12 kids?
We'll hook them up with 12 tickets.
Wow.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to give people VIP tickets.
What?
You know what? I'll up the ante today. First person to call in and take on us in a game of trivia, not only will I hook you up with Extreme Monster Truck Spring Nationals tickets, I will upgrade you to the VIP tickets. You get the nice seating. I think that even gets you into like the pregame show where you can actually go and touch the trucks and have the kids roll up on them and stuff. So here's the deal. 1-800-394-1061. Call right now. The first person to call in will have their shot at taking on us.
All right. Are you smarter than a community college dropout trivia? It's coming up next. Rock 1061. Rock 1061. Hang tight for a second. We'll be right back to you guys. All right, Rock 1061. Who's this?
Hey, my name's Adam.
Adam, thank you for calling in, man. Going to play some trivia. Who would you like to take on, myself or Marshall?
Marshall.
All right.
Cool.
All right, Marshall.
I'll put the headphones on.
He's going to get those. Let me get my stopwatch ready here. All right, Adam, you know the drill. It is 7 questions, 60 seconds. If you don't know an answer to a question and want to pass, feel free to do so. And time will start after I finish question number 1. Are you ready?
I hope so. Let's do it.
All right, here we go. What Major League Baseball team without a World Series victory has been in the league the longest? Hint, they've been around for 60 years.
I'm going to pass for now.
Okay. Multiple choice. In what year was the Nintendo company founded? 1789, 1889, or 1969?
Nintendo, you said?
Yes.
1969?
Incorrect. What is the only fruit with its seeds on the outside?
Strawberries.
Correct. What TV show came first, Lost or The Office?
Ooh. The original Office or the American
The American
Office?
version of The Office.
Lost.
Correct. Who is the only U.S. president who has resigned?
Nixon.
Correct. Multiple choice. What body of water winding through the Grand Canyon is also Arizona's lowest point of elevation? Is it the Colorado River, Rio Grande, or Yukon River?
Rio Grande?
Incorrect. Last one, multiple choice. How many keys does a traditional piano have? 68, 78, or 88?
88.
That is correct. All right, man, we're out of time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of 7. Wave down Marshall. All right. Marshall, Adam got 4 out of 7 correct.
Okay, cool. Cool.
All right, Adam, we'll be right back. We'll see how Marshall does, see how you do. All right, man, let me reset my clock here. You know the drill, 7 questions, 60 seconds. Here we go. What Major League Baseball team without a World Series victory has been in the league the longest? Hint, they've been around for 60 years.
60 years. That would put them in over the 70s. The Oakland A's.
Incorrect. In what year was the Nintendo company founded? Multiple choice. 1789, 1889, or 1969?
1889.
That is correct. What is the only fruit that has seeds on the outside?
Pomegranate?
Incorrect. What TV show came first, Lost or The Office? And it's the American version of The Office.
I want to say The Office.
Incorrect.
Oof,
who is
not
the
doing good.
only U.S. president who has resigned?
Richard Nixon.
That is correct. Multiple choice. What body of water winding through the Grand Canyon is also Arizona's lowest point of elevation? Colorado River, Rio Grande, or the Yukon River?
Rio Grande?
Incorrect. How many keys
I'm
does
losing
a
today.
traditional piano have? Multiple choice. 68, 78, or 88?
88.
That is correct. And that is it.
I think I only got 3.
You got 3.
Ah.
No, the streak is over.
The streak is over. Damn it, Adam.
Adam, you are now our official Brock Lesnar of the Connor and Marshall Show. Congratulations.
Oh, nah, man.
Oh.
It was good while it lasted.
Hey, real quick, is the baseball team the Pirates?
No, it is the Texas Rangers.
I was going to say Twins. Twins was my second choice. All right, Adam, congratulations, man. Beating the streak.
Thank you.
I'm not excited about it, but I'm glad it's 2. You put up one hell of a fight.
All right, man. We'll Marshall will give you a call after the show. We got your number.
No, I won't.
And we'll get you taken care of with the tickets, okay?
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
No problem, man.
Yep.
Thanks. Wow.
I know.
Wow.
End of an era.
Damn.
I went a whole month. The entire first month of the show was
Dude.
undefeated. Quick question. The river, was it the Colorado River?
It was.
My wife just texted and she goes, "We live next to the Colorado River." I thought it was a trick question.
All right, here we go. Correct answers. What Major League Baseball team without a World Series victory has been in the league the longest? 60 years. Texas Rangers is the
Yep.
team.
Mhm.
The Nintendo company founded as a card company in
Yes.
1889.
I actually wrote my senior essay in high school about
Are
video
you serious?
games and about
Okay.
Nintendo, so I knew that one.
The only fruit with seeds on the outside, the strawberry.
Oh,
TV show came first. Lost, or the American version of The Office. Lost came out in 2004. The Office 2005. Richard Nixon, the only U.S. president who has resigned. Colorado River is the one that runs through the Grand Canyon, and the piano, a traditional one, has 88 keys.
Damn.
The streak is over. Adam for the win. All right, we'll play it tomorrow. Are you smarter than a community college dropout trivia? Brought to you by Rotten Little Bastard Distillery. It's the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Shame.
Oh,
Shame.
man, it's a bummer, man. I ain't gonna lie, it's a bummer. I wanted to see this. I wanted like an Undertaker epic streak.
I wanted to do at least 10. I wanted to do at least 10. All right. So I'm going to stay on the chat and chat with you guys while Cotter kills the audio. So
I'll be back.
I'll hit you up. Back on the stream. Turn up. There it is. All right, guys. Back on the stream. Thanks for everyone hanging around today. I was chatting with you while Cotter was editing up our audio. So as you guys know, we record our trivia audio. We play it back just because it's such a longer piece. We want to make sure that it's condensed in the right way, and we add effects and stuff to it. So if you're listening to the app or just over the air, it's got music and stuff underneath it, so it sounds even more produced.
Yep.
So pretty cool stuff. Once again, we just connected some Orioles fans on the chat. Sandy and Clean Marine 71, both big-time Orioles fans from the Baltimore area. So,
nice.
It's a nice little moment that happened on the chat while you were doing your thing over there.
I like it.
So what we're going to do is we're going to play that back here in just a few moments. The audio for Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout, brought to you by Rotten Little Bastard Distillery. And then we're going to wrap up the show. We got 1 hour left, but we're going to talk about Major League Baseball opening day. Obviously, probably talk about some of the games that are going to be happening today. And then just for the sake of it, we're just going to crack open a couple old styles. When you think of baseball, I mean, I think every park has its own kind of beer. Kind of what it's known for. Like the White Sox have their Comiskey Ale, but I mean, when you think of the Cubs, you think of old style. We're both Cubbies fans, so I had some old styles brought down to the area. So we're going to chug on some old styles here in just a little bit.
That's Adam's number.
Gotcha.
All right, I'm going to use the restroom real quick.
Sandy, when I have off, I'm able to join on the chats a few hours longer, and I have to admit it, I kind of like it. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, today's been a great day just for people interacting and everything. I mean, during the 7 o'clock hour today, we had such a healthy little chat going on. It was very cool to see. I really do appreciate you guys hanging on and checking the show out, whether it be your 30th time or your first time. It's a good day to kind of join in, get a feel of what we do here on the Cotter and Marshall Show. Tomorrow on the show, kind of giving you guys a breakdown. We'll start off the 6 a.m. hour like we do every single day. We break out the 3 biggest, weirdest stories from the night before with About Last Night. In the 7 o'clock hour, we take your phone calls on some sort of weird thing that happened. We don't know what that is going to be for tomorrow, but we'll figure it out. And then, obviously, at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, it's Beer for Breakfast, our favorite segment, now sponsored by our close personal friends over at Coach's Corner. Those guys, John and the crew, and their goats, they love the show. They wanted to be a part of it, so we're very excited to have Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt on as our official sponsor of Beer for Breakfast. He's going to be on for the next few months, kind of hanging out with us and sponsoring the stuff that we do, so we really do appreciate that. Make sure to go out to Coach's Corner, home of the Atlanta Braves. Go check out the game. Their games over the next few months there. Great food, great drinks. The back patio where they have like wrestling and bands all the time. Such a good time. So make sure to go out and support the people that support us, like Coach's Corner. Natty Bo at Oriole Park. Is that the beer to go to? Are you just talking about hold on. That's that's a research project I should do. I should find all of the beers for the Major League Baseball parks that people go. National Bohemian Beer, quickly Natty Bo, is an American lager originated from Baltimore, Maryland. It was brewed first in 1885 by the National Brewing Company. Was eventually purchased by Pabst Blue Ribbon. Nearly 90% of National Bohemian sales are in Baltimore. Fun fact. Funny you all mentioned Washington football and Cleveland baseball. It makes me wonder why the Braves aren't in the conversation. Well, that conversation was about teams who get rid of their names. But, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I don't think the Braves are ever going to change. The South is stubborn. That's the one thing I've definitely learned when it comes to things here, definitely in the South, especially in Georgia.
Yeah, there hasn't been a talk about it at all, has there?
Nope. Okay. No, and kind of like the Chicago Blackhawks. I don't think the Blackhawks are ever going to change their name. They're one of the original 6, in the NHL. I just don't see them ever thinking about changing their name. Well, we do have loads of time. I'm going to now do what you did. I'm gonna jump out and use the restroom.
Cool.
Talking about baseball beers with Sandy and Clean Marine there. The Natty Bo
Natty Bo, man,
Yeah.
I like Natty Bo.
Oh, you've had it?
Yeah. So a buddy of mine is from that area, or his wife's from that area, so they go back and visit all the time. So he'll bring some Natty Bo with him. It's a good, just kind of cheap, straight up beer, man. Is it Natural Bohemian? Is that the actual name of it, or what it stands for? But yeah, Natty Bo, man, I like that stuff. That's good. Trying to think. I don't know if I've had just like strict like ballpark beers that were for specifically for the ballpark. I want to say there's one up in Atlanta with Terrapin, right? I haven't had it yet, but I mean, growing up though, it's funny. It's like I've been a Cubs fan for a long time, but growing up, hey, word there is Cotter is cheap. Hey, man, sometimes you gotta save some money. I'm fine with it completely. I got kids in college. Or yeah, one's almost there. But no, it's funny. It's like Old Style obviously is the beer of choice for the Cub fans at Wrigley. But growing up as a kid, Harry Carey did. Hey, I'm a Cubs fan and a Bud man, so I always looked at Budweiser as the Cubs beer. Not knowing at the time I was so young that Budweiser, Bud, Busch, all that stuff was all Cardinals, who are the arch rivals of the Cubs, and who I despise greatly. So I was like, oh, Bud, that's a Cub beer. No, it's Cardinals beer. Cheap is good, man. Cheap is good. Let's see what else. So Wanda sent us those TikToks with Fred Durst. I still have to watch those. I'll do that after the show, but those look funny. Speaking of beers, 100% marshmallow. No, it's April Fool's. Never mind. Forgot it's April Fool's. I hate that. Everybody posts something, and you scroll through the post. You're like, oh, that sounds bizarre. And then you're like, wait a second, what day is it? Two Tides posted Fluff, new beer dropping this Friday, because they've done a bunch of stuff with marshmallow. So my initial thought is, okay, Fluff, it's a new marshmallow beer they're doing. It's 100% marshmallow, available at 12 p.m., draft only. That's funny. I went to D.C. several years ago. Natty Bo was $8 per case. About 30 cases to bring back. That is fantastic. 30 cases of Natty Bo. That's awesome. What was the other one? What was the bar? Is there like Friends Tap on Wilmington Island? Is it Friends? I've only been there a couple times, but with the same buddy that introduced me to Natty Bo, they had Genesee Cream Ale, and he freaked out over that. And it was fine. It was okay beer. Just no. But yeah, Genesee Cream Ale was another one he got all excited about. That one, Natty Bo, I dug that. That was fine. But the Genesee Cream Ale to me was okay. But he freaked out over that one too. Friends Tap, I don't remember now. It's like I lived out there and I went there. I'm like, this is a cool bar, but I never went there once. Go-to bar on Wilmington for me was Crowbar. I just go in there. Burgers were fantastic. You get a PBR. You sit there, you drink for a while, and you spend like $13. It was great. Wilmington Friends. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember what it was. So, but yeah, Crowbar was my go-to bar. It's funny. So Crowbar was my go-to bar, and then Kroger opened a bar, and that just because I went to Kroger, and anytime I went to go get milk, I had to go to the Kroger bar and have a beer. There's bars everywhere. But no, Kroger on Wilmington's got the bar. Anytime I'd go, I'll sit down for a beer because they usually had. I mean, it was a craft beer bar. It's like they didn't have any of the big name stuff. It was all craft beer. They had taps dedicated to the local brewery, so they always had something fun on. So it was great. My absolute favorite is Max on Broadway. Nice. I'll have to ask my buddy about that. Oh, man. All right, final hour of the show. Back-to-back days, we're going to drink beer. Tomorrow, beer for breakfast, brought to you by Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. So, yeah, that's got a sponsor now, too. Wayne from Beer Label Society is going to be in tomorrow. Speaking of a guy who knows beer, that guy knows beer. It'll be fun to talk to him. I'll have some beers there. Drinking Old Styles, talking Major League Baseball. That's coming up next. We'll wrap up the show with Marshall's Music News. That's about it. Tomorrow else on the show. So my wife was spends so much time on Amazon, so she found some Peeps, like flavored Peeps, and she ordered those. Supposedly, they're supposed to be at the house tonight at 8 o'clock. I have not seen them. I don't know what the flavors are, but they're going to bring them in tomorrow Marshall and I will eat these Peeps and see if we can guess the flavors and not get too grossed out because Peeps to me are disgusting. Hmm. All right. Getting hungry, man. I haven't eaten. One thing, I'm going to get up at 3. It's like I don't want to make too much noise at the house, so I never eat before I come in. All we got here is like granola bars. By the end of the show, I'm starving. Charles got the best story ever. Went to D.C. several years ago. Natty Bo, $8 a case. Bought 30 cases.
Oh, my God.
I love it. Steve is the Gone is the guy who introduced me to Natty Bo.
Oh, okay.
So,
Is he a Baltimore, Maryland guy?
Yes, I think him and the wife are both from that area. But yeah. All right, got a couple songs coming up.
$8 a case, bought 30 cases.
Crazy.
Sorry, I had to go to the restroom and then take drugs. And then I talked to Stacy.
We got 2 songs. When do you want to crack the beers? We're going to do that in the first break. We can do that in the second break.
Well, I have 4 beers, and I'm pretty sure we have to have them done by the end of those 2 breaks. So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're cracking beers at the beginning. I just have to go grab them.
Okay.
I'm going to leave them in the fridge until
that's fair.
last second.
Cheap beer is always best when it's as cold as humanly possible.
I'm glad you picked up on that.
Yeah, no. I would definitely not call a Natty beer the best beer, but no, it's one of those cheap beers that you're like, all right, I get this, and it's no surprise that it's kind of a local thing and people there love it. I respect that, but it's not the best beer. No offense to any Natty Bo fanatics. What story is first today, Soundgarden?
Oh, yeah. I think I have Garbage last, Soundgarden first, and then I think I put System in the middle. So I think it's Soundgarden, System, and then Garbage for music news today.
Let's go.
It was like 2 months ago. Crooked Steps. I don't know if you have that one anymore,
Yeah.
but Crooked Steps was that's the song that they put out in their most recent album before Chris's passing, and Dave Grohl directed the video. I think it was late January. Was like the 2-year, 3-year anniversary of it.
This is 2013 by Crooked Steps.
Oh, maybe it's been a while.
It's been a minute.
It's been more than a minute. All right, so we're past the spot and the commercials and everything.
Yes.
Wanda says, all right, everyone, have a good day. Baby boy's in rare form this morning. You're raising hell. Hell yeah, that's good to hear.
I like it.
All right.
Have a good day, Wanda. Thank you.
Have a good one, Wanda. Mama Sita stays here. She's staying with us the whole show. Yeah, Wanda, if you get off early from the show, Sandy's got to fill in for your shift, so she has to stick around for the next hour.
Can't leave.
We got shifts here at the Cotter and Marshall show, so that's just the way it goes. Sorry, guys. That's what happens. And I'm going to shift this camera back.
Oh, damn.
Tomorrow? All right, perfect. What you got going for the rest of the day, man? What are you doing?
I don't know. I got to finish some crap up.
It's very vague.
No. It's yesterday. We went and hung the banners, and I got back and I got a little bit done, but I'm like, I can't do it. I had to go home, so I've got to get Monty Jet, the one and only Monty Jet, the unofficial mayor of Hilton Head Island, requested some imaging for our AM station, The Island. So I've got to produce that. I had everybody cut something for Monty a while back, so I finally got to produce
Oh, yeah.
that.
Are you going to use anything I sent you?
I don't know. We'll see.
I wouldn't.
I'll just send them all of those. Here, we got it done, man. Marshall cut some quality stuff.
Some high quality stuff there for sure.
Yeah. Monty Jet has been 40 years in the market, 50 years. Dude has been around forever.
He's refused to leave.
You know what? It's like I want to be Monty Jet when I grow up because I just don't want to care and I just want to enjoy life. I want to do radio and I want to be able to walk into a country club and be like, "Oh, Cotter, here's your seat." No, I don't want that seat. I want that one. There you go. There is your seat then. I want that. I want to live the Monty Jet lifestyle. I'm jealous.
There's some perks to it. I see it. There's some perks to it.
There are.
All right. Yeah. Today for me, I got to do a proposal for Bonnaroo. I've got to do a proposal for Stained live stream. They're doing their live stream early May, so I got to get those two things in. I got a couple videos from yesterday's show, today's show. Today I'll probably go with my defeat in Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout? Depending on how good I don't know. Actually, the music talk was good. I don't know. I'll probably just do Are You Smarter?
Music was good. Then downside is you won't get the music played for the stream. So
yeah, I'll probably just do then. I'll probably do the Are You Smarter bit yesterday. I'll pull out the Chicks on Dudes. I didn't get to it yesterday because I was doing that other video, which obviously was very important. Pretty funny. Just watching it a moment ago. And then that's kind of it for the day. If the rain holds off, I actually should mow my lawn because it's looking rough.
Yeah.
And then I'm hosting bingo tonight over at the Draft in Berwick.
Nice.
And then our weekend starts tomorrow at 11 a.m. So I'm excited for it. My weekend starts tomorrow.
Yes, it does. So I hate April Fools just because you start scrolling through things and you see a post. And you're like, oh, that's weird. Really? It's April Fools. Mother. Two Tides just did that to me. They got
what
me.
do they do?
Let me bring it up here. I think I passed it up. So, they do a lot of marshmallow beers. Beers with marshmallows in it. So I see this. I'm like, oh, that's cool. It's like Fluff. Oh, nice. A new beer dropping this Friday. A 100% marshmallow. And I went, wait. Oh, you mothers. You got me. Because I just thought it was because they use marshmallows. But I'm guessing that's not real.
Michael Bullard says back hometown had a DJ that spent her whole career on one station and retired.
Dude.
That was a happy and sad moment in history of Baltimore radio.
That is awesome. I mean, it's such a weird business to be able to do that in, especially now because of all the bigger companies and you have so few people. I mean, even for us here, we're a much smaller company, which I'm incredibly grateful for. But when I first started in radio, it's like we had 15, 20 people in the air. Because, you always had to have somebody on. Nothing was automated. So 24/7, somebody was in the building. And you just had a bunch of different weekend guys because that's how you learned. And that was low man on the totem pole. But, shoot, we had 15 people just on the air on one station.
Yeah.
We've got, now, pandemic didn't help us out at all, but we got 20 people total in the building. So it's crazy. It's crazy. So to be able to do that for the entire career, the fact that I've been here for 12 years, you for 7, that alone is crazy.
Those are good stretches. This ties the longest run I think anywhere I've been.
Okay.
It's oddly enough I've only done about 7 years everywhere. So my run's about to end.
When are you leaving?
Just any moment now. Any moment. Tried a year ago.
No, when we first moved here, it's like I remember I told everybody, it's like if this is where I end up for the rest of my radio career, I'm happy. I love Savannah. The station's always been good to me. The listeners are fantastic. City's been great to my kids. So it's like I'm okay, man. I'm good if I'm here for a while.
So Old Style is part of the Pabst Brewing Company.
Okay. We got about 30 seconds. So.
Oh, I guess I should go grab it.
Yeah. We'll be right back. Thank you for hanging out. Cotter and Marshall Show. Get the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Like, follow, and subscribe. You can also listen to the show. Download the app for free. Get us on your in-home smart speaker. And there's the website, rock1061.com. Don't need that mic in front
Is
of me.
that the first mic you've ever had in your hands?
It is. All right, today is April 1st. That means it is opening day for Major League Baseball. I'm so excited. I'm excited that we get a full season this year.
Without really interruption. Plus, fans are going to be allowed at games, I think, at every stadium. I don't think any stadium is saying no. So, I mean, even Chicago's allowing 20% of fans in. So that's pretty awesome.
No, I'm very excited about that. So I guess, I mean, in honor of Major League Baseball, in honor of us being Cubs fans and Old Style kind of being the beer for Wrigley Field, going to have some Old Styles. And you got this back in December?
Yeah, so back in December, my friend who is a professor at West Point, I don't know how I have that friend.
How'd you stumble into that?
I don't know, man. It was weird. Anyway, he actually drove down to see me around Christmas time, and he's like, is there anything I can get for you? And I said, I need a bottle of Malort, which is weird, and then also I need a case of Old Style. And he's like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, you don't get it. You don't get it. But he brought it for me, and that's what we're drinking today. Now, Old Style is like, it's that beer that you really just drink at the ballpark. This is not something, unless you're from the Chicagoland area, is you only drink it there. This kind of like a ballpark specific beer.
Or if you're 80 plus. Growing up, where I grew up, I worked at a gas station liquor store, and old dudes would just come in. It was Old Style, it was Old Milwaukee, and back then we still had Schlitz.
It's a beer that when you open it, it smells skunked, and it tastes skunked, but that's just the way it is. It just tastes like a bad beer, but when you, I mean, it's just history. When you're as old as us, when you're drinking beers like this, you're like, damn it, this is part of America.
You know what? There's nothing wrong with that Old Style. You know, that's good. What? There's nothing wrong with that.
When you have to be like, there's nothing wrong with this beer.
Well, no, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, you know, you get some cheap beers, and they're questionable, and they could be beers that have been around forever, and they could be people's favorite beers. I get that. But there's still some that are questionable.
We were actually just talking on the chat in between breaks here, and we have a bunch of Baltimore Orioles fans who are actually on the chat right now. They brought up Natty Bo, which is the National Bohemian beer. It's essentially the Old Style, but just in Baltimore. People love that thing.
Well, I've got friends that are from that area, and he brought some back. And every time we used to get together years ago, we try to find the worst beer. That was just kind of our thing. And he loved Natty Bo. And he brought it, you know, for us all to try. And it's like, I get it. You know, it's like Old Styles is what it is. And Natty Bo is what it is. I completely respect and appreciate what that beer is for that area, the people that love it there. And I drink it. I mean, if somebody said you want a Natty Bo, yeah, man, I'm in, 100%.
Well, we have 2 beers apiece that we have to chug before we get to Marshall's Music News. So that's just part of the gig today. So it's a rough one. We do need to talk about baseball. We can't just bring up, you know, opening day and not bring up the games that we have on tap today, because there's some great ones out there. Obviously, the Braves taking on the Phillies today at 3 o'clock. That is going to be a hell of a game. I'll be watching that for sure.
I'm excited always about the Cubs taking on the Pirates today at 2:20. Indians and Tigers, talked about that whole thing a little bit early on. Are the Dodgers. There you go. Dodgers taking on the Rockies today around 4:10. So, I mean, there's just a full slate of games. I love the fact that we get some daytime baseball.
It's going to feel good. Like, this is the time of year where if you have a couple televisions, you stuff them all in your living room, and then you have on multiple games.
We talked about this the other day. We're both T-Mobile customers, and we're able to download like the Major League Baseball app and free games all season long.
Yeah, so if you're a T-Mobile customer this week and this week only, they're giving you a year subscription to MLB.TV, so you can watch pretty much any out-of-market game. So the Braves, I think, are technically that's our market, so you won't be able to watch Braves games, but you will be able to watch any other baseball game just off your phone, and it's for free, so make sure to do that.
I know it's like I'm not the biggest sports guy in the world, but I will sit down and watch baseball, and I get it. If you're not a baseball fan, it's tough. My wife makes fun of me. She cannot stand sitting there watching. She'll go to a game. We've gone to games live.
Right.
Different experience. I get that. When it comes to a game on TV, man, she's out. She absolutely despises it. Can't sit through it.
Welcome to most women.
Yeah. All right, so we'll take a break. We're going to continue drinking our Old Style. We'll continue talking baseball. We'll get to that. After this, Chevelle, Self-Destructor. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
If I asked you to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," do you know all the words?
I think maybe. I mean, I don't need to I think there's multiple verses. I'm not, after verse 1 about.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the. Yeah, I've screwed it up. All I know is the Cubbies won because they would break it down like root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame.
Growing up as a Cubs fan, and that being Harry Carey's thing back in the day when he was alive and calling the games, I legitly thought when I was a kid that was a Cubs song.
Oh yeah,
because I didn't. I mean, not knowing every team kind of did a seventh inning stretch, but just the production the Cubs put into it with Harry Carey singing, getting everybody into it. When the first time I heard it, when they didn't say root for the Cubbies, and it was just root for the home team, blew my mind. Like, what?
You messed it up.
What do you mean the home team?
How did you screw this up?
The Cubs.
Harry Carey, what a gem he was, man.
Dude. It's the beauty about Harry Carey, the beauty about being a Cubs fan, because he started out in radio, so he would call the first several innings on TV, then he would go to radio still and call 3 or 4 innings, and then he'd come back to TV. And you knew he was just drunk half the time.
Oh, yeah.
So, so nice.
He was an absolute gem.
You will never have a play-by-play guy like that ever again.
Khalil Marine goes, baseball's so much better live, but I do like watching it on TV. Yeah, I like watching it on television, too. Like, usually I'll get into the mode where, like, the first week or 2 of the season, I'll watch a bunch of games, and then I'll forget that Major League Baseball exists for, 6 to 8 weeks, and then I was like, oh, yeah, baseball. Then we'll come back to it. But, yeah, it's so much fun to watch. I really do enjoy it. But, it is better live. The experience, the excitement in the air, the electricity in the air is palatable. You just want to eat it up when you're in a baseball game.
Now, I agree. NFL has got the most exciting playoffs in sports. I think baseball may have the most nerve-wracking, intense playoffs in sports, especially if your team's in it.
Oh, yeah. Every pitch is your death.
Because it's like, with all the other sports, it's constantly moving. There's always stuff going on, so, you're kind of distracted. Baseball, it's like, there's, time in between pitches. Like you said, every pitch matters. Every guy up the bat matters. And you just have nothing but time to get all worked up and stressed out and get pissed off.
It's too much. What did you want to touch on this break here?
That's a stellar question, Marshall. Yeah. That is a stellar question.
Being that we're 2.5 minutes out.
I didn't quite, plan that out all that much.
I don't think we had anything planned out for this.
No, we didn't.
Let's just break down the games. Let's just say who we think's going to win. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Do we want to make our usual Cubs bet?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, we should. Let's just do it.
We can do that as well. So 162 games. Let me do the math.
Yeah, and every team is playing today. There are 15 matchups today. So,
all right.
We don't have to actually go through every game. Let's just do the Cubs and the Braves game.
Okay.
Who we think is going to win today, and then we'll do our Cubs bet, and then we can wrap up with cracking the next old style.
Okay.
A lot of people are saying the Dodgers are going back to the World Series.
Yeah.
For the NL. A lot of people like the White Sox and the Angels as an outlier.
All right, we got about 90 seconds.
And how could you vote against the Angels? I mean, with Joe Madden, and then the second or third year the team's been under him.
Yeah,
that's when the Cubbies hit, man. I'll always root for the Cubbies just because we appreciate that. It's been hard for us to root for the Cubbies for the last 30 years.
Yeah,
but we had 16,
dude.
Screw you.
It's so funny. I remember that night I started out at Mellow Mushroom downtown hosting bingo. Ended up at Rachel's.
Yep.
And then there was the rain. There was the rain delay, and we ended up at your house. We were both completely tanked.
Yep.
I had to get on a plane the next morning to go to a funeral in Illinois.
Yeah, I had 3 hours sleep, then I had to drive you to the airport.
Woke up hungover as hell. Oh, you know what? Worth it.
Worth it.
Worth it. It was just because it was one of those nights. It was just a fun, effed up night, man. It was just great. All right, guys, be right back. All right, thanks for hanging out. Be sure to get the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Like, follow, and subscribe. We're talking opening day of Major League Baseball. Real quick, Marshall. So when it comes to the things they're doing to try to speed up the game, try to get more people involved, and get people excited about baseball again, you down with all of that? I mean, the speeding up of the game process?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, truly, the sport has been stuck in the mud because really old dudes who constantly think about the unwritten rules of baseball have held it back. Truthfully, the commissioner, Rob Manfred, whatever his name is, he should be let go, absolutely killed. And then Adam Silver of the NBA should be put into both roles as commissioner of both major sports, baseball and basketball, because Adam Silver, what he's done for the NBA, and how much money they're making right now and how popular sport is, that's what baseball needs to be reinvigorated in the Americas.
I guess the biggest question, though, is what do you actually do? I mean, it's the least sexy, I think, of most sports because it's such a slow game.
You start marketing it to young people.
Yeah?
Yeah, like start a TikTok, guys. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? Do something because nothing is not working out for Major League Baseball.
All right, so it is opening day of Major League Baseball. Braves and Phillies going at it today at 3:05. What do you think, man?
Phillies got a great team, but I mean, obviously, I'm going to choose the Braves. They re-signed all their guys. They're looking good. I feel like I'm Frank Sokowski here. Like, even when I'm wrong, I'm right, but I'm wrong. I don't know, but give me the Braves. They're not at home. They're starting off on the road. Game's at 3 o'clock today, but I think the Braves take this home.
Yeah, I agree with you there. So what about our Cubbies, man? Taking on the Pirates, and we'll get to our official Cubs bet that we do every year after this. But they're taking on the Pirates today at 2:20. I mean, the good thing about the Cubs, they managed to re-sign, they got Bryant, they got Baez, they got, Rizzo's still there. So, I mean, they've got a good core of people still on that team. They just never seem to all be on the same page at the same time.
Now, the offense stinks out loud when it comes to the postseason. That's just kind of the Cubs. But and they let go. They traded away their best starting pitcher. I don't think the Cubs are planning on really winning this year. But let's face it, the Pirates, they stink out loud. They got stink lines on them. I mean, they are so terrible. So, of course, in Cubbies fashion, we are going to lose. We are going to lose the first game of the season to the Pirates. Of course we are.
I'm going Cubs, man. I got just faith.
An eternal optimist for the Cubs. Yes. And then it's the guy who's actually watched them for the last 10 years.
All right. So every year we put a Torture Tuesday bet. We take a guess on the record for the Cubs.
Right.
So we'll do that bet again. We'll put a Torture Tuesday bet on it. I always go first. So I'm making you go first this year. What do you think the record for the Cubs is going to be?
There's 162 baseball games.
Yeah. I did math earlier, so I didn't have to do it on the air.
I'm going to say they are going to get 78 wins. 78 total wins, whatever the losses is. I'm not good at math.
All right, so you're going 78 wins?
I don't think the team is built to win this year with their pitching. I'm not fond of it. Give me 78 wins for the Cubbies.
All right, I'm good with what I initially put down, so I'm going to go with they're going to have a 500 season, 81-81. 81 wins. 81 wins.
Okay, so you're taking the over.
Yeah,
I'll take the under.
That's
of
kind
80.
of what it boils down to. And we'll have a Torch Tuesday bet on that, and we'll figure it out sometime in September.
Yeah,
it's the long game on that Torch
trust
Tuesday.
Me, we'll probably know by the All-Star break, man. We'll know where this is going to land.
All right, coming up next, going to wrap up the show with Marshall's Music News. Stick around, Cotter and Marshall Show. Oh, we got another beer to drink, too.
Oh, yeah.
Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. Yeah, I put 81 and 81, so I'm like, okay, I'm good with that. And then
you're going straight up 500.
And then you said 78, and I'm like, I'll just stick with mine.
They're good, but they're not built to win this year.
Yeah.
So that's why I think they're going to go just a dash under 500. They'll probably look real good going into the All-Star break, and they'll fail, or it'll be the opposite way. They'll run the gamut first half, or We're all going to be doing flips about them, and then they're going to stink out loud for the second half. It's just the way Chicago sports is.
Yeah.
The town is cursed. We won the Super Bowl in '85. And then the White Sox, if you want to consider them a Chicago team.
I don't.
Depending on who you are. They won the World Series.
ESPN didn't.
Yeah, they won the World Series in '05. Cubbies took the championship in '16. There may have been a few other championships. Obviously the Bulls, but we're not counting those right now. It's just, I don't know. And the town is cursed. We just don't win. We just don't win. And when we do win, we get absolutely railed in the end. And it's just not fun for anyone.
I get that.
All right, guys, we're cracking open our last old style celebrating opening day here on the Cutter and Marshall Show. We are both big baseball fans. Have we been to a game together? I was trying to think about that. You and I went to a Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp game, our favorite baseball team, 2 years ago.
I don't think we've been to a Major League Baseball game together. We've talked about it going up to Atlanta, trying to find a Braves-Cubs game.
Yeah,
we'd never gone up to it together.
For some reason, the Braves will only play the Cubs midweek. They always play midweek, and especially now doing the morning show, we can't. I literally can't.
Or we reach out to somebody and maybe just do our show, from somewhere in Atlanta. We can travel because we have that capability.
We do have friends.
That's true.
We do have friends in the Atlanta area that we could probably do the show from, like, a weird room.
No, I was thinking, we make some calls and try to do it, at the stadium.
Oh. Yeah, we'd probably have to get with some distributors on that.
And I'm okay
get her
with that.
in there.
Yeah.
Clay Marine says, sounds a lot like the O's. We do great the first half of the season, then fail, laugh my ass off, where the Yankees are the exact opposite, or at least it seems that way.
Yeah.
So it was, what was it? The last decade was the first decade the Yankees haven't made a World Series.
Yeah, right. It's something like that.
Yeah, I read that recently. I'm like, oh, shit. But also that makes me so happy. The Yankees, man. I'm sick of them.
I mean, to me, the Orioles, coming from a National League, area, Cal Ripken Jr., man, never forget that whole run, the Iron Man stuff. That was just one of the coolest things in sports. I don't care about baseball, just the coolest things in sports.
Because we do have Baltimore people on the chat today. Who was your leadoff hitter that hit 50 home runs?
Brady Anderson.
Brady Anderson. And then he got caught.
Why I remember that, I don't know.
PED, or he had steroids and stuff. They found out the next season.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was actually juicing. He was the leadoff guy.
Because
50.
It was out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I oddly remember that season very well.
I don't know why I remember
Brady.
I don't know why I remember his name.
Brady Anderson is his name?
Yeah, I think so. Isn't it?
Yeah. He flamed out after that, right?
Yeah.
I think he hung around for a year or two, and then he flamed out after.
Yep, that was him.
Go to his wiki and see how long he played in Major League Baseball.
60 years old.
No, he's not.
He's 57.
Jesus Christ.
What? I feel older and older every day. What am I looking for when he flamed out?
Yeah, when was the end of his career? When was the last year he played?
Let's see. Where is it? 99, it looks like.
Dude's been out of the fucking league for 20 years.
Let's see. It looks like it. 2004, he was inducted into the Baltimore Orioles Hall of Fame.
He juiced.
Cal Ripken Jr. introduced Anderson, called him the greatest leadoff hitter in the history of Orioles baseball.
Man, Baltimore loves celebrating drugs. You guys know that.
The best athlete I've ever played with. This is from Cal Ripken.
No.
During Ripken's introduction ceremony, he described Anderson simply my best friend. Wow.
Was Cal juicing, man? Is that how he made it through 2,000-plus games?
Let's see. Brady Anderson joined Ripken on a journey to Japan. Sports diplomat. Yeah. So he's been out he's been out for 20 years, 22 years. See, he hit 50 home runs in 1996, set an Orioles team record until surpassed by Chris Davis in 2013.
I was 14 when that fucking happened. Jesus,
I was way older than that. 53 stolen bases
21.
in 92. Became the first player in Major League Baseball history to reach to achieve season total of 50 home runs, 50 stolen bases. Damn.
He got caught for juicing, right?
I don't know. It doesn't say anything here.
Hold on.
It does not say anything about
Brady
that
Anderson. steroids? In 2016 article, the case for Brady Anderson being clean of steroids.
Oh. It doesn't say, it's his Wikipedia page, but it doesn't say anything.
From a website called The Cauldron, the 5 wackiest power surges of the steroid era. Number 1, Brady Anderson.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Let's see. He was decent, but yeah, that year a bunch of guys were on a hot streak. Not sure if that was the year the O's were the number 1 all season long. Still didn't make the World Series. Yeah, I feel you there, man.
Yeah, it's rough. I'm glad. That's one thing I'm super glad Major League Baseball changed was including more teams in the playoffs. Because, I mean, originally you had,
It was 4 teams.
Yeah, it was
the division leaders and 1 wild card. Yeah.
Well, no, this before even the wild card.
Oh.
I mean, it was literally just you had 4 teams. That was it.
That's how badly run Major League Baseball is.
That was it.
They're so they're run by ancient. Like seriously, the Doctor Strange, the character, the ancient one, literally that person, but dumber.
But I mean, yeah, it's like if you didn't win your division, you didn't make the playoffs, which is cool because you had to be the best.
Yeah.
But it rewarded. I mean, I like the fact that you have a shot. To I like the fact that more teams have the shot because just because you had a great record, you might not have been the best team depending on who you're playing against. So that was one move that made the most sense ever. I'm more okay with it now. It wasn't when they first did it. Interleague play, I'm like, oh, that was.
Dude,
I do now.
Sox Cubs is ridiculous.
No, I do. Well, they always did the Crosstown Classic, just exhibition game. But I mean, in the beginning, I hated it because it was one of the things that I thought made baseball unique. The 2 teams were never going to meet to the World Series. Now I changed my tune. But in the beginning, I hated it.
Well, 100%. Yeah. So I actually I was on a phone call this morning with my brother-in-law who's up in Chicago.
This morning?
Yeah. So he sent me a Snapchat and I sent him one back. He's like, "Why are you awake?" I'm like, "I do a morning show." He's like, "Oh yeah, I watch it." I'm like, "Do you?" Anyway, he hit me up. He's a big-time Chicago White Sox fan.
I'm sorry.
I don't hold it against him, but I do. Anyway, he was talking to me about it, and he was saying that opening day tickets, because they're only offering 20% stadium attendance for the Chicago teams, Cubs and White Sox. He said opening day tickets were $1,200 if you wanted to buy them. $1,200.
No, thank you.
Yeah. And apparently, out of that 20% attendance, 90% of it was for season ticket holders. They only allowed 10% of it to be open up to the general public.
It sucks, but I get it.
But he told me he has a coworker who is a Sox season ticket holder, and they allowed him to buy a couple tickets for like a game 2 weeks from now for face value, $25 a ticket.
No.
So yeah, he's going to see the White Sox.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Well, dude, I mean, I would go to Chicago with my wife all the time. We go to White Sox. I've been to more White Sox games than Cubs games. Figure that out. But dude, I've walked into White Sox games and paid $8, and I would walk right into. They have that bar that's right in left, right field.
Okay.
I forget. It's still called the Bullpen Bar, I think.
Yeah.
I used to walk in there. I'd grab a Comiskey Ale, which is the Natty Boh or the old style.
Right.
And I'd double fist it, and there's tables literally outside. And then there's a waitress that'll come out. So if you get in there early and fast enough, you literally sit at a table on the field the entire game, $8.
Jeez.
It was incredible. And as long as you have a ticket in the stadium, you can go in.
We have been to a game together. Years ago in Peoria, we took the bus trip up. We sat in the bleachers.
Oh, I got
at Wrigley.
Wasted.
So good. It was with Miller Lite, and the guy just kept feeding us beers.
Yeah, I got drunk. We stuck one of the Miller girls into the,
the
overhead compartment.
Dude, that was so much fun. Yes,
we've been working together for way too long, man.
We sat under the rooftops. It wasn't the bleachers. We sat on the rooftops across.
Yeah, that was
so much fun.
Incredible experience. We took 50 people up. It was so much fun.
I've only been to Wrigley 3 times, or I guess technically twice because we sat on the rooftops. We went up with a minor league team who was an affiliate of the Cubs, and then I was up for a Cubs Cards game, which was fun. All right, we'll be back. Thanks for hanging out today. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch is where you can find the stream. We're there each and every day. All right, it's time for story number 1. Marshall's music news.
And this is a doozy of a story. The ongoing dispute between Vicky Cornell, Chris Cornell's wife, and the members of Soundgarden are continuing. Currently, Soundgarden is suing Vicky Cornell because she has taken over all of their social media accounts. So Twitter, Facebook, everything you can imagine, even the website of Soundgarden and their YouTube pages. She somehow got the passwords and changed all of them 2 years ago and has not allowed the members of Soundgarden access back to them. Now, according to Billboard, Soundgarden filed a claim in Washington State at the U.S. District Courts on March 25th with their business manager, Rit Veneris, stating that Cornell locked them out of everything. They're asking a judge to demand Cornell to allow them to once again have access to the accounts, if not, put a disclaimer on there saying that the accounts are pending litigation with a certain party. They just want everyone to know that they're not posting because they don't have anything going on. It's just they're not posting because she has taken over everything. They also report, Soundgarden does, the 3 surviving members say the social media accounts are in a state of neglect as Cornell is acting as Soundgarden, and that she is removing comments from fans who are posting about the band.
Wow. I just went to the Soundgarden Twitter page. They haven't posted anything since January of 2020.
Yeah, it's been almost a full year. And at that point, they were posting on a semi-regular basis. So once again, crazy stuff coming out of the Soundgarden camp. Now, in December of 2019, there was a report that Vicky at that point had control of all the social media accounts and the website. And there was a report from Vicky's camp that told Soundgarden that if they wanted access to those accounts, that they'd have to sue her.
So they did.
She literally said, quote, "Sue me for them." So it's very contentious between Soundgarden and Chris Cornell's widow at this point. Now, if you want to follow Soundgarden, they actually created a new account. It's an anagram for Soundgarden called Nude Dragons. You can actually find their Instagram page. Once again, Nude Dragons, an anagram for Soundgarden. They created that last June. So if you want to follow up on anything, at least with the latest stuff from Soundgarden, you can follow them there. But this is contentious, Cotter, between Soundgarden and Chris Cornell's widow.
All right, we got 2 more stories with Marshall's Music News coming up. First, from their final album, King Animal, came out in 2012.
Hell yeah.
Almost 10 years. This is By Crooked Steps, Soundgarden, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
That's a good jam, dude. Dave Grohl directed the video. It's The guys are on Segways.
Yeah.
And they're caught by the police. So if you get time today, Google Crooked Steps from Soundgarden. It's a jam for sure. 2 more stories. We're going to do a quick little hitter next one with System of a Down. Going to talk about the last decade plus of the contentious stuff in the band. Serge had a quick little comment on it. And then we'll wrap up with Garbage. Yes, the band Garbage from the 90s. They are back. New single is awesome called The Men Who Rule the World. So we'll talk about that and how you can pick that up.
You said 78, right?
Sorry, is it?
78 for
Yeah,
Cubs?
yeah, 78 wins, yeah. We have 1, 2. We won it. I don't know if that's
We've only got 3 official bets up there. The
Yeah.
March Madness, Bucks making the Super Bowl, and the Cubs are official bets. The other ones are just things we could do if we want to.
Yeah, we need to. I feel like we should put some context next to them. Like, say, these are bets, and like these are fun Torture Tuesday-ish things we could do.
Well, the pull the station vehicle, I mean, all of those I think were, pull the station vehicle is, could either of us do it and how far? 40-yard dash was who can run it the quickest.
Mhm.
And then the fastball was just because I've never actually done that. I'd be kind of curious too.
Going back to Brady Anderson, Clean Marine says he came from an injury and had steroids. Oh, okay. Let's see. Yes, met Brady Anderson and Cal Ripken Jr. They are great with their fans. Oh, Sandy, you did? That's awesome. And Gavin is back on the chat. What's up, dude?
Cal Ripken seems like he would just be one of the best guys ever. I've never heard anything bad about him.
He seems really awesome. I think he was on Pardon My Take, a podcast I listen to, the guys from Barstool. He is just as cool as you think he is.
Yeah, that's cool.
Very laid back.
That's cool.
Now that we started drinking in celebration of opening day, chugging some old styles this morning. Hold on, Mike. There you go. I don't want to stop drinking now after this. And here's the thing. I only have like one. Oh, we have beer in the fridge.
I got beer in my fridge in my office. So here's the question, and maybe somebody can answer this because I know Jerry's opens up like at 10:30.
They do?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. Not saying I've been there by 11 drinking. But is there a good third shift bar? Because I mean, there were a couple back in Illinois where we're from where it's like 8 o'clock, and then, you can
I don't think there are, because you can't sell alcohol at a certain point, right?
I don't know.
That's just on Sunday.
Yeah. So I don't know. Is there a good
Love the Lord.
third shift bar somewhere?
Yeah. Raven Dantes goes, the question isn't why, it's why not? Is there a great third shift bar? I don't know. That's a fantastic question.
One of the most bizarre remotes I've ever did. We did a Harley giveaway years ago, and I did a remote from 8 to 10 in the morning, and it was everybody who got off work.
Oh, I did one of those too.
And I mean, it was there, 7, 8 o'clock, 5 o'clock, so they're just ready to drink, and I'm like, this is weird, but I'm in.
I'm really happy when I got into radio forever ago.
Hold that thought. We got 10 seconds. Oh, be right back. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Get the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I got story number 2 of Marshall's Music News.
So System of a Down's career over the last decade plus has been largely defined by, wait for it, drama. Major drama. But Serge Tankian has said that the drama will always be a part of the band. He doesn't even consider it necessarily to be a bad thing. He says, show me a band that doesn't have drama, and I'll show you a crappy band. We're 4 individuals who feel very different about different things. Now, Tankian noted that the dramatic aspects of the band have always been played up in the press. They have always been some benefit for the band, who hasn't released an album in 16 years. 2005 was the last time that System of a Down released a full-length album. Now, they did release 2 songs just earlier this year in celebration, or actually in help of Armenia, where they're from. So he says the light, the negative light, still keeps the band in the limelight, so it helps them because they do tour every once in a while when they need cash.
And they are great live. I mean, we got to see them on
Incredible.
Ozfest.
It was like 2006, I believe.
And they were
I looked that up recently.
So good live. I mean, if they would pop up on like a Welcome to Rockville.
Oh man.
Kidding me?
I would pay double to see System
all
of a
day
Down.
long.
Yeah.
So we got one more story to go. Marshall's Music News. Wrap up the show after that. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Hey, once again, thanks for everyone hanging out on this wonderful Thursday.
It's a great streaming day, guys.
It's good streaming. Can't wait to see those numbers.
Appreciate it.
They mean nothing for us, but makes us feel good on the inside.
That's all that matters.
So thanks for hanging out today. Tomorrow, remember, we have beer for breakfast, a true beer for breakfast. We were drinking today because we're alcoholics. And we drink yesterday because we're alcoholic. We've been drinking a lot.
We drink a lot.
So tomorrow, Wayne Millard, I think.
Millard or Millard? I don't know.
We're going to clear that up first thing.
First question.
Yeah.
Pronounce your last name.
Pronounce your last name. And then I'm going to say it's wrong.
Wayne has an epic goatee.
Wayne is a fedora wearing,
yes,
baseball hat wearing. I've actually never seen him without a hat on. There's questions there.
Yeah, I guess there might be. But no, super cool guy, knows a lot of beer about beer, so I'm excited about that. Also, I think they're coming in. We've got, my wife found flavored Peeps on Amazon.
Oh.
So I'll bring those in. I don't know what the flavors are. We'll have to see if we can figure out the flavor of Peeps.
You're going to make me eat Peeps tomorrow? Jesus Christ.
Easter's right around the corner,
I
man.
know.
We got to celebrate.
I know. Ham. Dude, if there's a ham-flavored Peep, I'm maybe.
Okay, that's down. It's just salt.
I like ham, but like, oh my God, I possibly could puke. Peeps, and I know this is a tough take. This is a real tough take. People have never said this before. Peeps are horrific.
Yeah, no.
There's essentially a car crash with a family of 10 dying, and then there's Peeps, and I'm pretty sure Peeps tops it. So one thing I've noticed, fun Cotter and Marshall show fact, that not many people notice. I've actually noticed over the first few weeks that anytime I hit the BRB screen, we lose about half our audience.
I believe it.
So
you haven't been going to it?
I'm refusing to. I'm just chatting on the thing. So what I do is I chat with people, and I've actually held on to people.
It makes sense. I mean, nobody wants to just look at a screen.
Talking of talking about streaming, it was so funny. We had a spot today where we went from like 17 people and dropped to 12. I'm like,
What
how did we
happened?
lose 5
What do we
people?
do?
We actually stopped a break. I think it was this into the 7 o'clock hour.
Right.
It was the questions break,
Right.
and we just lost like 6 people immediately.
After the questions, or
It was somewhere in the middle.
okay, that's
So it's things we're learning, guys.
We'll
This
figure it out.
this is a process.
We'll figure it out.
All right, so we're currently in commercial breaks right now.
Yeah, we've got a song after this. Got about 4 minutes in the song, so we got about 5 minutes before the. Oh, Chris Jericho, the Inner Circle, demolish MJF in the Pinnacle.
Oh.
Ooh. Sorry, I've been able to watch AEW in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't watched AEW yet this week.
Upheaval Festival, interesting.
Where's that at?
It's in Michigan, Friday, July 16th, Saturday, July 17th. Korn, Chevelle, Avatar, Rob Zombie, Stain, Skillet.
All right, so
more than that.
it's always good to see like these early
Yeah.
lineups because that'll probably give us a good look at what we could possibly expect for Welcome to Rockville. So Chevelle makes a lot of sense for Welcome to Rockville.
Yeah, they got the new album. Zombie makes a lot of sense. He's got a new album.
Zombie has headlined Rockville so many times.
I
Like,
get
no
it.
offense to Zombie, I would rather him be like a second to last guy
Yeah.
or just not be on the bill at all because I don't need to see Rob Zombie again. No offense.
Stain, I think, makes a lot of sense.
How is Stain not over Rob Zombie at this point? Just because of the clout of them coming back after almost a decade?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Good question.
Thank you. Good questions. I throw out good questions. Yeah, I think Stain should have been. Dude, Skillet. Rob Zombie, Stain, and Skillet for day 2 there. That's a weak second day.
The first day's better. You get Korn, Chevelle, Avatar. Even if you're not, if you're unfamiliar with Avatar, guys are weird as hell. I think they're Swedish.
Dude, Royal Bliss and Joyous Wolf on that first day.
Royal Bliss,
Yeah, absolutely kills
all
it.
day long. Gemini Syndrome's even fun.
Are y'all going to Welcome to Rockville or Rebel Rock? We're going to be going to Welcome to Rockville down in Daytona. They're trying to decide. Rebel Rock, that's the one down in Orlando. My wife was just showing me the lineup for that. Limp Bizkit's on it. Yes, Limp Bizkit is apparently doing that show. I think they were supposed to do it last year, but
No, we'll be at Rockville. It is in between our birthdays, so it'll be a weird 4-day birthday celebration.
no, we're actually changing the name. It's Welcome to Our Birthdays.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Mhm.
So us drunk will be what happens at Welcome to Rockville.
Yeah, so Rebel Rock's the Central Florida one. It's in Orlando at the fairgrounds. They're doing, let's see, Biscuit, Skillet, Motionless in White, Hatebreed, Pop Evil, Finger 11 is day 1. Day 2 is Five Finger, The Legends of Wu-Tang. Really? I need to know more about that.
Interesting.
Kill Switch, Body Count featuring Ice-T is on day 2, and day 3 is Rise Against the Used, Seven Dust. Jesus Christ, day 3 is essentially my early 20s. Rise Against the Used, Seven Dust, Anti-Flag, All That Remains, Suicide Silence.
Shoot.
And Thursday, POD is doing a special kickoff to Rebel Rock at the Taco Metal Party. They're gonna do a satellite set.
I want to go to a taco metal party.
Yeah, that sounds pretty awesome. So that's down in Orlando. Honestly, man, I think Welcome to Rockville is your best way of going about it. He goes, we lost our free place to stay when it moved from Jack's. Yeah, no kidding. That sucks.
Right?
Daytona's not too far. I guess the thing that sucks would be like after the show, you got to drive.
Yeah.
You know, even St. Augustine's like an hour-ish away up the coast. So
We will need to figure out how to do the show live remotely by then
because
we'll
it
wanna
is
be
4.
there.
It's 4 days. It's
Yeah.
Thursday and Friday. So what we could do is do the show from the house. We need to rent a house. They need to buy us.
like an Airbnb.
Yeah, we need to
Yeah.
we need to get an Airbnb. Probably should do that quick.
Yeah, do an Airbnb. We have as long as we can plug into the internet, we can do the show from anywhere. We've got the capability. Now I don't know about
We have the power.
I don't know about the streaming side of it. I don't think we have a travelable computer to use for that.
Actually, we do.
Okay.
What we could do is so the box that we currently have,
Right.
we can use that as the travel
Okay.
because we're getting a new box this month.
Oh, there you go. I get it.
Charles says might rent a camper. Not a bad idea, man.
We talked about that for a couple years. That was actually the plan for last year's Welcome to Rockville. We were going to get a camper and try to go to the campground area and try to get some of the bands to come through some acoustic shows.
Yeah.
That was the plan for
I
last year.
think it makes a lot of sense to do a WTR, Welcome to Rockville, house this year
I agree.
that we can just set up,
Yeah.
get down there, We would need it Wednesday. We need a day before. We need Wednesday, Thursday. We
Right.
had to leave after the show on Wednesday, get down there.
We would need it Wednesday. We would need it through Monday because I'm not driving home that night.
And we would need it.
Through
we would need
Monday.
it through Monday. We'd have to take the day off Monday
Yeah.
for our birthdays, and
Of
then
course.
more importantly, Tim the engineer has to be down with us.
Yeah, I think he'll be okay with that.
Yeah, we should bring that up pretty quickly, and then we need to start looking for places.
Yeah. Yeah, Tim should be there, and I don't think he'll have an issue with that at all. Because he can log into everything on this side of it. But
Yes.
needing to be there in case we have an issue is a good idea.
Yeah, we'll need. Let's see.
Unfortunately, I don't know. Can my wife come? Both my kids will be gone, so that I won't have to worry about that.
No, bring the family, man.
Well, my kids will be at school.
Yeah. Well, so we'll just need a 3-bedroom.
I'll have to see. I'll have to talk to Dana because she'll be teaching. They'll be back in school,
Mhm.
so I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe she'll drive down for the Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, my wife will not be missing this.
All right, guys, be right back. Thank you to everybody who hung out with us today on the air and on the stream. A great streaming day for the show. Don't forget, you can stream it live, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. All right, before we get out, one more story. Marshall's Music News.
So, do you guys remember Garbage? Yeah, you do, because they're an awesome band. I actually got a chance to meet Shirley Manson and the gang in Vegas when I was working there, and they couldn't have been more gracious. But Garbage is going to be releasing their seventh studio album, No Gods, No Masters, on June 11th. Now, they just yesterday released their new debut single, The Men Who Rule the World. I actually really like this song. I sat in the office yesterday. I listened to it 2 or 3 times. I mean, it just slaps, dude. It absolutely slaps. Now, Shirley Manson said, this is our 7th record, the significant numerology of which affected the DNA of its content. The 7 virtues, the 7 sorrows, the 7 deadly sins, all affect the new 7th album from Garbage. She says it was our way of trying to make sense of how effing nuts the world is and astounding chaos we find ourselves in. It's the record we felt we had to make at this time. And once again, if you guys get a chance, The Men Who Rule the World, the new single from Garbage, really good. Really good.
All right, coming up on the show tomorrow, Fire Away Friday. We'll have your choice of 3 songs posted to our social media pages later on tonight. We'll also get the beer for breakfast, brought to you by Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt.
Absolutely.
Got a sponsor. Wayne from the Beer Label Society is going to be in, so that'll be fun to talk to him. He's very knowledgeable when it comes to beer. And yes, to the chagrin of both of us, we will have Peeps that we'll be eating tomorrow on the show. So see if we can guess
I hate Peeps,
the
dude.
specialized flavor. So it's like a
Is it multiple flavors or just one?
No, it's multiple different flavors.
I'm going to throw up.
It's a variety pack. It's a Torture Friday.
It's a good Lord.
All right, guys, have a great Thursday. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 6. Don't forget to check out the stream tomorrow morning, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Eric Andre, do your thing. Talk to you tomorrow.
All right, guys, thanks for hanging around on the chat today. I think we should drink beer the second half of every show. We got real chatty there.
Yeah, we did. You know it's sad. You know you haven't eaten shit in hours when you drink a old style and a half, and you're like,
oh, it hits you.
Am I feeling it right now?
It hits you in a good way.
I'm feeling it right now.
Yeah, we're feeling awesome. All right, guys. So once again, thanks for hanging on the stream today. Tomorrow, Cotter hit up everything that we're doing. Hope you guys come hang around with us tomorrow, starting at 6 a.m. And then obviously the weekend starts for us at 11 a.m.
Yeah, it does.
I may drink tomorrow at 11.
Yeah,
Hell, I may drink at 6 a.m. I don't give a shit. All right, guys. Have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you guys.